All right, guys, we are live. Welcome back.
Yay!
After a long holiday season, we are finally back from the depths of too much food, and we've brought back Tales of the Old Republic, as it is Tuesday. So it's nice to see everybody. Quick reminder before we get started, this is not the only show we run. We do have Destiny Forged on Mondays. Then alternating Tuesdays, we have this, Tales of the Old Republic, and then we have Tricord Isles and our Mass Effect show that alternate on Thursdays. And then, as you can see, Saturdays we've got Withered Wastes and Wayward Wanderers that will alternate. First Saturdays of every month we've got Behold Lore, and last Saturday, I believe, of every month we've got Would Be Heroes, which is our new Kids on Bikes / Kids on Brooms show. So, that being said, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Yeah. No longer having the plague, so I'll take it.
That's
Yay.
good. Unfortunately, Zuri is still affected with the plague, so she will be AFK, but other than that, we have the whole crew, and the whole crew we will need. As I don't know if you guys remember the little cliffhanger we had last time. I know it's been a long time, but you guys had just rescued Zuri's master, actually, from that Flesh Raider village, and you were on your way back to the Jedi Academy on Tython, and the shuttle that you guys were riding in on your way back, well, as you were going, you kind of heard this like scream coming from the mountain. There was a bunch of lightning that kind of shot out of it, and a little while later, right, the ship you guys were riding on, well, thanks to Mibble, is still flying, as their instincts kicked in. They grabbed the controls of the ship and executed a daring dodge maneuver, and, well, narrowly avoided you guys getting shot down by a turbo laser bolt. So yeah, that's where we ended, right, last session. And so if you guys are willing, we're going to take it away from here. Ship is under fire, guys. Does anybody do anything? Now we're just going to sit here. We're going to wait for the next one.
I tried to scan to see where the fire is coming from.
Okay. So you could see from your onboard instruments here that you are being shot at from. So if the ship's here, right, they're coming from up top and behind.
Okay.
So probably some guys that were waiting in orbit / low orbit, and you know, when whoever got angry realized things were not going the way they wanted, you know, this ship probably descended upon you guys, upon the shuttle.
What kind of weaponry does this ship have?
It's a standard shuttle, so it's got a couple of blasters, but there's no torpedoes. There's nothing that is beyond just a pair of like standard blasters. This is really something used more for like atmospheric transport. It's like asking me, you know, is there a machine gun on this bus? No, there is not. Even the shields and everything they're there, you know, but it's nothing crazy military upgrade, you know. Nothing insane, put it that way.
Does the blasters have to be manned by somebody different than the one piloting, or?
So, they're actually like nose pointed. So they're think. Do you want me to go full Star Wars? You know the Lambda shuttles? The shuttles that they kind of use in the main series for the Empire? The one that has like 3 wings?
Okay.
Does that ring a bell?
Sort of.
Okay. Those shuttles... Here, I'll pull one up. Basically, it's under it's in the front and it's under the pilot compartment. There's a pair of guns, basically. A pair of
and it doesn't swivel, does it?
Blasters. No. You have to point the shuttle in the direction of what you want to shoot.
Guys, we got some trouble. And
Indeed.
the weaponry on here isn't gonna cut it. Not unless I'm facing them head on.
So it seems we just have to try and shake them off then?
Either that, or find some other way of fighting back.
Can I get another piloting roll from you, Mibble, as you guys are talking?
That's gonna be a 24.
Very good. So, again, you manage to last second dodge another bolt of green energy that streaks by the ship. You can even hear or feel the shields of the shuttle kind of crackling a little bit as the, the ion from the bolt just kind of patches a little bit against the shields,
I am not gonna be able to dodge these things forever.
So anywhere we can try to have them lose sight, direct line of sight on the ship?
Good question. If y'all looking out the front viewport, can you all give me a perception check, please? Let's see what you guys see.
Perception check, right?
I will roll a few things here, too. Okay.
I got a 12. I'm too busy trying to dodge bullets.
Okay.
Perception. Alright, we'll see if anything has changed. That would have been a nice roll. Oh! Things have changed. I rolled a 23.
Oh, your dice is cooperating for once.
Knock on wood.
For now.
For now.
Okay, don't jinx
It'll
it.
choose a very opportune moment to say, yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, you guys will basically kind of all be panicking a little bit about the whole shooting and everything, from the opponent craft, but Orta just takes a deep breath, does the whole, Jedi, taking a deep breath, closes his eyes, and when he opens them, he immediately sees, right in front of his face, there's some form of a canyon between two mountains in front. And while it might not completely, have you guys lose line of sight of the ship behind you, at least it'll be a little tougher. And you guys might be able to kind of zigzag your way through there and hopefully either get them to lose sight of you, hit the wall, or at least make yourselves a harder target to shoot.
How much do you trust yourself at the helm, Mibble?
As long as this thing is still flying, I could do whatever I possibly can.
Alright, in that case, there's a canyon up ahead. If we dip down into it, we might be able to lose them. Or at the
Better
very
than
least,
sitting out in
make-
the open.
Precisely.
And, to punctuate that, Mibble, give me another piloting roll, please.
Oh, also, Orta's gonna yell, sort of over shoulder, everybody hold on tight.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Okay. This is the closest shot out of the three so far. And you can definitely figure out that they're getting closer and closer to managing to shoot at you as their ship seems to be catching up to yours. Good thing you're heading somewhere, because apparently they're a little faster than you guys are. You hear, again, the crackling of energy as the bolt passes right by your shields and sort of kind of dings them a little bit.
I make for the cannon.
Okay. You get to the entrance, right, of the canyon, or at least, from your approach angle, your approach vector. And as you dip into the canyon, the enemy's hot on your tail. And funny enough, the ship looks like a smaller, more nimble version of the one you guys have, kind of giving you a bit of an idea as to, who these guys may or may not be. And, Mibble, I'm going to need you to do two things for me, okay?
Alright.
As you enter, I would like you to please give me, again, a piloting roll, of course. See if you actually managed to get in there properly.
22.
Very good. And I'm going to need you to roll me as well, please, a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
I was also, since I was looking over, trying to spot the canyon, Would I be near Mibble right now?
Yes.
Most
Okay,
likely, yeah.
then in that case, Orta's aura of presence would come into play, and they would get a +3 to the saving throw.
Okay.
+3.
Yes.
Well, that helped me get a 21
Perfect.
because I have
Very good.
0 in wisdom.
So, Mibble, as the other ship's getting closer to you, right, to you guys, trying to catch up, you do manage your entry vector into the canyon, but as you are entering the canyon, you start to feel like your arms are heavy, almost like they were almost made out of lead. For the other two, as you guys are force sensitives, can you please roll me... You know what? Just give me good old force perception check here.
Force perception check.
There's no difference. Just the perception check.
Can I read this dice right now? There we go. Okay. 24.
All right, nice. Tam,
Is she AFK?
is it possible? Oh, the child woke up. Okay. So yeah, you and well, Tam and Hobo here, you guys close your eyes, right? And you take a deep breath, you know, again Jedi style, and you realize what the hell's bothering Mibble here. Tam specifically, if she so Davi specifically, if she's looking here at Mibble, she'll see there's like red force energy aura almost, you know, that's kind of wreathed around Mibble's arms here. Almost like somebody's kind of trying to prevent him from properly piloting the ship.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong, but I'm having trouble holding onto the steering wheel.
What can I do here? I mean, Arta can't really do much to. I mean, he'll stay near you to help give the aura of presence still,
Very good. Okay.
and just sort of touch your shoulder and say, and give guidance and just sort of say, just keep at it. Once we can do something about it, we'll do what we can.
Okay, I'll try. But if I let go, you grab.
Already ready.
So Mibble, what this does basically here, give me a minute to double check it here, but what I'm gonna need you to do basically is whenever you roll, there will be a slight debuff to your roll. Okay?
Okay.
That being said, you guys, for the rest of you force sensitives, you do feel clearly that there is another dark presence aboard the ship that is currently following you. There's a force sensitive on board. And Orta, no, it's not.
Yeah. Thank you for.
It's not Alia. It's not Alia's presence. It's a different one. Who here had the visions? I think it might have been Zuri actually, so you guys might not be able to recognize this. Of what was happening with the Sith holocron back when you guys were in the cave.
Yeah, I think that was her.
Probably Zuri. All right. So yeah, unfortunately, then yeah, you guys aren't too sure who this is that's following you guys, but definitely, you know, feeling like I said, a dark presence aboard the ship that's currently still firing at you. Speaking of firing at you, Mibble, can you give me another piloting roll, please?
With guidance.
Yep.
That is gonna be 28.
Well,
With
I
the
keep getting
guidance,
GM
too?
dice. So again, you handily keep navigating the canyon here, right? Dodging some of the falling and debris. as their blaster bolts streak by your ship and kind of hit the canyon walls. And they then, following you, manage to uncannily dodge the falling debris as well. Orta,
Yeah.
do you want to do anything about this presence that seems to be oppressing Nibble? Is there anything you can do?
The thing is, Orta is more on the physical side of the Force than
Sure.
the spiritual or Force side of the Force, like Zuri or Davi.
Just check the Discord for a second. Really?
Yes.
You can hack into the other ship and screw up their abilities to use their weapon system. Not from a shuttle like this, unfortunately. These shuttles are very, again, it's like a bus. The computer systems on these things are not designed to project the quantity of data you would need to be able to breach into another ship. Especially if they're not like accepting transmissions from you or any form of data exchange with your ship right now. If anything, have any of you guys tried the comms?
Not yet.
I just assumed they wouldn't answer to our hails, so. I didn't
No,
think
but I
of it.
figured maybe call the temple or something.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too, but
You know?
at the moment we were getting blasted at, so.
Mhm.
And now my arms are being like controlled by something.
Or at least, yeah, kind of weakened. Well, speaking of, your arms and everything, you guys round about one of the bends in the canyon, and it's time to completely invert, the ship's direction to kind of zoom back in the other direction. Give me another piloting roll.
With guidance again, because they're just gonna keep spamming guidance. Cause
Yeah, I figured you were doing guidance. Don't worry about it. There, you're kind of balancing out what they're doing, so it's perfect. I like it.
27.
Okay. Nope, you are still A-okay. Mibble is piloting in a way that would put Han Solo to shame right now. The ship is just absolutely marvelous.
At a ship reel.
Yeah, you are literally piloting this ship as if you had an arm tied behind your back, and you are doing it like it is a joke. So, congratulations.
Until it's not.
Well, for now, but the good news is, again, because you've been so good at dodging all these shots, your shields are still at full.
Yep.
And it's at this point that Orta would have the totally original idea that I definitely came up with to call the temple.
So, you turn on the comms, right?
Yeah.
Trying to, hail for help, and you realize this thing's probably jamming you guys, because all you get is static.
Well, that's just great.
What, you thought I would give you you thought I would give you the solution? Come on.
I didn't think you'd give me the solution, but it was an answer that I hadn't tried yet.
And it was something I was
Might as
thinking of
well.
doing, but
Yeah, right. Very good. So, yes, you, in fact, do manage quite well to, keep on piloting ahead of this guy. But you're gonna have to do something, because you're gonna eventually run out of canyon and be out in the open again. So either you take it to the offensive, either you find some way of making a show or noise or something. But you gotta either alert some help or deal with it, because this guy's been on your six this entire time. And like you said, eventually you're gonna get shot.
does anyone have
Is
any
there
great
any
ideas?
Is there any way for me to see behind us?
The shuttle's viewports are more forward facing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they're not really built for looking behind, unfortunately. From what I'm looking at the model right now.
No easy. Any cameras? Would there be a camera at the back, you think? No. Well, maybe.
I mean, this is a sci-fi show. I'll say sure, if you want to pull it up on a console, maybe you'd be able to get a rear view of the ship. The image won't be necessarily the best quality in the world, but you could probably
And
do
we're
it.
flying radically.
I just need to see who is following us, and if they are following us relatively close.
So, It's a credit to Mibble's piloting capacities because this whoever this is, they're right on year 6. Like they're in dogfighting range, if that tells you anything. Like there's very little room to miss if they're shooting at you, and it goes to tell you how Mibble is like having excellent timing, like almost unnaturally excellent timing at dodging these shots.
I have an idea, but it's a little bit out there. If you are able, one of the two things I was thinking was full break and hopefully slam directly into them, or full break and flip over them, if you think you can pull that off.
Mibble will give me a piloting roll real quick, as another shot is coming.
With guidance.
Every single time.
25.
Nope, you are still good. I am rolling abysmally low. It is amazing. I just rolled like a 4, a 5, and an 8 earlier. Alright. You're A-okay. Their piloting rolls, however, have been absolutely brilliant, but their shooting rolls have been absolute garbage. Alright.
Fair.
So, yeah, now that you've given yourself a few more seconds of breathing room...
I can break and try to, like, pull up over them.
So yeah, one of those moves where you kind of hit the brakes and pull up, right? So they zoom past under you and then you can get behind them type of deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a piloting roll.
That is gonna be 22.
Okay, well, yeah, you manage. You hear a little, like, they try to react to it, right, and follow you up, but you hit the brakes and go up a lot faster than they do. So you hear, like, kind of the screeching of metal as the roof of their ship kind of hits the undercarriage of yours, right? But a few, fractions of a seconds later, you're in on it. They're in front of you.
Fire away.
Right.
Oh yeah, blasted.
As the hunter becomes the hunted. Give me the rolls.
Okay, what am I rolling for blasting?
Let me see if it's still piloting or if there's a sub category for it here. No, there's no real subcategory for it, so I would assume that's still your piloting text.
Alright. That is gonna be another 25.
So funny enough, I rolled high this time. They dodge. This is turning into ye old Star Wars dodge, fighter, dogfight, where it drags on way too long. But yes, you successfully managed to shoot and get behind them, but they are now the hunted, and they are now going off of evasive maneuvers here. The canyon takes another bend. Roll me your piloting skill.
That's gonna be a 19.
Very good. Yes, with the guidance. Okay, very good. So yeah, you manage to again, follow them as they this time are navigating what's left of the canyon, right? And they're almost at the exit of the canyon as you're still barreling down behind them. Give me one more shot, please, with piloting.
That is gonna be 27.
Okay. Your shot hits the rear of their ship square. Unfortunately, again, they're kind of weak blasters, so you can tell that their ship's not really damaged yet. But you did hit them right in the deflector shields, and you can see them flare up as they attempt to absorb the energy from your shot. Can you give me 2 more?
2 more shots?
2 more piloting rolls, yeah.
Okay, that is gonna be. Let's see. 21.
Yep.
And then another 25.
Okay. So the first shot does miss. And after that shot misses, right? These guys kind of pull a similar maneuver to you, where, funny enough, they flip their ship upside down in the canyon, right? And then hit the brakes. And you kind of like blast almost past them, right? And then nothing. You look at your instruments and they don't show up on the radar anymore.
Check the weird camera to see if they're still following, because
I just
You don't
checked
see-
and I don't
Yeah,
see
you don't
anything.
see anything on the rear camera.
Can I try to sense the roof of the ship through the fort with the force?
Go ahead.
Perception check?
Yep.
30-20.
Okay. You do not feel anything on the roof of the ship
Did they pass above or below us?
below.
Alright, I'm gonna feel through the floor.
Okay. As you feel through the floor, you hear a very familiar hissing, angry hissing sound as red plasma basically comes right through the floor between your legs.
I have a dumb idea. How close to the floor, how close to the canyon floor are we?
You're pretty... I mean... Trying to convert to imperial units from metric right now. Please stand by while I math.
I
How
think
many
I know what he
squares?
wants me to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would probably be able to do that provided the other pilot doesn't try to counteract that fast enough or well enough.
Drop the ship. And I will do my best to help drop the ship.
Okay.
I'm going to use force push on the ship to push it down.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
gonna help.
You're force pushing their ship, but yes, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah, not your own. You can't. If you're in the vehicle, you can't push the vehicle you're riding in. But yes. Anyway, yes, go ahead.
So, yeah. Plowing the other ship to the ground as much as I can.
Okay, give me the piloting roll, and you give me the force push roll if there's anything. If not, I'll give you the save. I think it's a save actually for force push, right?
I
24.
Double check.
Okay.
God, where's the spell? Where's force push, Paul?
I have it right here. It's a saving throw.
My save is DC 13.
So. I'm gonna do the save at an advantage here because objects automatically fail, but this is a lot bigger than a medium object.
Right. I am asking for help from my fellow force sensitives.
They're like, nah, sorry. You just hear dial-up noises coming from the other two.
Zuri's in the ship, right?
Huh?
Zuri's in the ship with us, right?
Yes, Zuri is in the ship with you.
Okay. So yeah, Zuri would help too, I think.
I'm sure Zuri would help, yes. Knowing Zuri.
Would you? Zuri? I see you in chat.
Zuri's in chat. Zuri, would you help? Nah, that's what I thought. No, you're on your own, bro. You literally hold your life in their life in your hands, and they don't want to help.
And she said,
You know what? F them. They
She
can
said
buy
yes.
first.
She said yes.
God damn it.
All right. So, at this point, she's sipping on tea. Nah, bro, she's taking care of her master. Come on. Just Nuri in the back sipping. You know what? He called me Padawan. When I'm a knight, he can die. The true dark side. When you can sit on the council, but you're not giving the title of master. Anyway. So, yeah, both as you and Orta here, use the force push to try to push the ship down, combined with Mibble's,
Piling.
piloting, and it's steadily going down. And after a few seconds, you hear the screech of tortured metal followed by an explosion. But as that's happening, that piece of red plasma that was sticking out between your legs there, Orta, it quickly makes a circle right around one of your feet. And the metal under your feet gets pulled out as somebody jumps in, as a dark figure just jumps in.
Can I shift my force push to slam directly down on that circle of metal that's being pushed in?
Oh, it's pulled out.
Well, like, as it finishes cutting.
It cuts and then pulls it out.
Yeah.
Before jumping in. Yep.
Yeah, but as, like, the cut finishes, as they're starting to pull it down, could I force push it?
Oh, just, like, accelerate it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Dong.
They actually will be dodging it.
Okay.
Also, as I hear the other ship explode, I pull back up so we don't hit the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Give me another piloting roll for that, actually.
That's gonna be 25.
Yeah.
So yeah, you almost hear, like, you think the tip of the wings are about to scrape on the ground, but thankfully you do manage to pull up at the last second. There was probably like 3 feet left between your wings and the ground. As you clear the canyon at this point, so thankfully the danger now is no longer outside the ship. It's inside.
You gotta take care of that!
Hmm?
Yeah, we're just ready to fight them off, hopefully.
Alright, let's, we're gonna roll a little bit of initiative. There's no battle map for this. I mean, you guys are literally inside a ship. Everything is gonna be within range. The whole point at this point is more you guys, managing to stay alive long enough to, again, get to safety or not. Good news is, though, the other ship's down, so comms should be working again. That being said, I'm gonna need a little initiative from all of you guys real quick.
Yeah, and Orta's gonna yell to Mibble, get in touch with the temple if you can.
Roger.
Initiative.
Just take care of whatever that was.
That's the intent.
Whatever that was is a dark-clad figure with a red lightsaber turned on right now.
How generic.
I mean, it's kind of their work uniform, bro.
I know,
Gotta be.
Nothing.
You don't expect originality from edgy Sith. Especially edgy Sith grunts, but yes. Okay, that's an 8 from you. And what is Mibble's initiative?
I'm not on the turn order yet, so I can't put mine in.
Click your token on the minimap, and then.
I rolled the dice, so.
Yeah, just give me the. You can just give
18.
me the number. Okay, that's fine. Here. I can just throw you guys here so we can have a turn order. There we go. And you said 18. Very good. So good news is I rolled a nat 1 on his initiative, so he's kind of taken aback, by the whole gang that's sitting in the ship when he hops in. And he's not too sure who to go after or who his target is for a sec, which gives you guys the initiative. Mibble, you are going first as this ship is currently flying.
Okay. I get on the comms and start trying to get in touch with the temple.
The temple does pick up. What do you tell them?
We have been attacked. Although we lost the ship, we do have an intruder on ours.
Okay.
Requesting assistance.
Yeah. Well, atmospheric shipboarding actions are not exactly like. You can see the poor tech on the other end of the line. That's kind of like having almost like brain damage. Really, how are we supposed to help somebody repel borders from all the way over here?
Send enforcements.
Yeah, and how did they get on board? So what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you like a not a ping, but like a a location marker, right? And they're going to tell you to head there, and that's about halfway between you guys and the temple, and that, you know, there would be a ship with reinforcements on the ground there. So if you guys can land there, they'll be able to help you guys apprehend this person.
All right. Heading to the marker.
Okay, cool. Orta, you are next. What do you do to this person?
Well, there's one thing I'm very good at,
Mm-hmm.
and that is unarmed fighting. So as such, I am going to shove them 5 feet back,
Okay.
which I think is a contested athletics check.
If you're shoving them, then yes.
Yes. Shoving them 5 feet back. Are they standing in front of the hole next to me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You're just trying to shove them back in the hole?
I'm trying to shove them back in the hole. If it works, the first time I'm going to grapple them and basically hold them over the hole.
Okay.
And basically, yeah. We'll see how it works out. 18 on the athletics.
Okay. That, on my end, unfortunately, is a 23. So they
Bonus
will
action,
not.
second shove.
Yup.
That's not a good roll. 11 this time.
Oh, I might roll lower. Who knows? No, unfortunately. So you have twice tried to push this guy back in the hole, and he obviously takes that as a, takes that a little personally.
I take it personally that he boarded my ship.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, okay? I'm just saying that, he takes it personally.
Come at me, bro. I'm rich.
Right.
Knock on wood.
So you tried to shove this guy, down the very entry hole he had bored in the floor of your ship, and both of your shoving attempts kind of fail. As weirdly enough, you push him, right? And instead of just flat out pushing back against you, it's almost like he kind of bends his body backwards, so your push is falls short, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sort of making it so I have less impact on the push.
Correct. Instead of just raw powering against it,
Yeah.
And then he will twist his body, and his lightsaber comes up swinging.
Okay.
That is a 23.
I would hope a 23 hits.
I mean, look, I don't assume anything. So, yep, that will hit. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to pull out the weapon here. There we go. And that is going to be 8 damage as he swings at you. Thankfully, it doesn't bite deep, but it does bite.
Okay. Not bad.
And that's back to you.
Okay. So I took 8 damage.
Does Mibble want to do anything real quick?
I am still heading to the location, and what's it called? Davi needs to add their initiative, I guess.
When she's ready, yep.
Yep, when the DM calls for it.
Oh, you're back. Super. If you are back, then yes, with pleasure.
Yeah.
Speak up!
I took my camera off. I thought you'd see me eventually.
Yeah, no, that's on me. That's on me. All right. Awesome. Welcome back. Yay.
Sorry about
that. Reinforcements right when we need them.
So sorry.
Alrighty, perfect. Okay, give me your initiative and I'll throw you on the board for this.
a whole of 6.
Yeah, it's still faster than them. They rolled a 1, so you know what? Anything's
Okay.
faster. Okay, so Mibble's flying, and then it's back to Orta for Orta's second round. Let's see what Orta's gonna do real quick here.
Let's see. Probably just.
Still trying to get in the
I'm gonna,
hole.
I'm gonna grapple them this time.
Okay.
Same situation, of course, but you know.
Same save and everything, I'm assuming.
Yep, this time I got a 9.
Okay. That is a failed.
You failed?
You said a 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
you
in,
rolled a 9.
I got a 9
He's
total,
a-
yes. I'm saying, did you not beat a 9 or did?
No, I did beat the 9. I said the
Okay,
grapple
you said
failed. Sorry.
that is-
Yeah, that's a fail as in the grapple failed, not my roll was a fail. Sorry, yeah, I wasn't clear there. Yep.
I'm gonna do it again.
Fucking damn it, I swear.
19 this time.
Very good.
I don't exactly want to bop him.
So a 19. Let's see if you'll beat the 19. It's all the dice roll here. No, this time you do manage to grapple him a little bit.
Okay, then I'm going to walk
Towards
no
the
closer
hole.
and I'm just gonna hold on to him and I'm just gonna sort of be like, stay silent. Nothing bad will happen.
Okay. Davi, this person is definitely dark side. Like you can tell their entire aura is a deep crimson.
Oh, okay.
And you said keep quiet and nothing bad will happen to that person, right, Orta? Just to confirm.
Yeah, basically like come quietly.
Okay, got you.
Well, in that case, I'm just going to go ahead and attempt to stun them. I will need a wisdom saving throw. It's a DC 15.
Okay. Let us see how that goes. Give me 1 second. A few things I gotta finish here. Yep. Okay, cool. You said a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's see how that goes. And then what's the DC?
15.
Yeah, they do not make it.
Alright, so they are now paralyzed for up to 1 minute, and at the end of each of their turns, they can attempt another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
So you probably feel their body go a little stiff as they're now paralyzed. They're not
Yeah.
moving.
And if they are paralyzed, while they're paralyzed, I'm going to try and restrain them. So that once they break free from paralysis... Also, I'm disarming them. I'm getting rid of their lightsaber, if I can.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's a lot of hands. Are you holding them? Are you tying them? Or are you getting rid of the lightsabers?
Well,
I want
They're
They're
lightsabers.
currently
stunned. They can't
paralyzed.
move. So I'm assuming you're
Yes.
putting them down, and then okay.
while they're paralyzed, I'm going to take the lightsaber from their hands, toss it over to...
Davi.
This will be funny. I toss it over to Davi. I know.
This
I will
is-
take those lightsabers.
This is a foul thing, by the way, when you touch it, and when you look at it, you can see the residual like dark side aura on this thing.
I also just tossed it blind person a lightsaber.
Hey, I can
Which is
see the objects coming at me well enough.
Okay.
Ish.
Well,
I
since it
just
has
think
an
the concept-
aura on it.
Yeah, it has an aura
Yeah.
on it. I just think the concept is funny.
Yeah, no, the concept is funny.
And then
You're within
once-
30 feet of me, though, so I'm okay.
Yeah, and then once they are disarmed, I will basically, I'll restrain them, sort of pin them to the ground, arms behind back, whole thing,
Okay.
and do what I can to keep them down.
I would like to search their person to see if there's anything of interest on them.
Fair.
Anything that might tell them why they're here, why they're coming for us. Anything that just might have on them. They might have more
So-
weapons. I don't know.
You look through their person as the ship is quickly headed towards the rendezvous point. holding them tied up and everything. And he's under Ortha. And I need to double check something. Give me 1 sec, guys. Can you both give me a perception check real quick?
Is mine against something living?
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Okay.
So
What's the total?
25.
Okay.
I only ask because I get advantage if it's against something living.
Yes, it is something like
Alright. Alright. First one's better with perception of a dirty 20.
Okay. So, you don't really notice this. Orta, you will, just because you're sitting on the guy, right? But as Davi approaches here, right, to kind of search this guy and take his stuff, right? It's only like a fraction of a second, but you almost feel like his muscles relax and then tense up again.
As if he might be faking.
I ain't saying shit. Figure it out.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize a nat 20 wouldn't be able to tell.
There's a reason I asked you how much was your nat 20.
Careful. I don't know if your ability is still in effect. I'll tell. I'm speaking telepathically, so he doesn't hear me.
He has no idea.
Can I tell
Correct.
if my ability is still in effect?
Not necessarily.
Something I have to concentrate on, so...
Oh, if it's a concentration spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, the concentration's broken.
I'll cast it
Nat.
again. I'm making another wisdom saving throw from this guy.
Okay. This time it is a 19.
We're still in initiative then?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Orta, you get one move. Oh, yep.
I'm gonna respond to Orta, be like, it's worn off.
Yep, Orta, you get one move.
Like a full turn?
Well, yeah, like do your action because it's your.
Yeah.
Because he used his to break out of the first instance of stun at the end of his turn.
Yeah.
Right.
Davi kind of just sneaked in front of you there, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. Hey, I don't mind one of you guys holding action and the other one jumping ahead if it's in the turn, if you know you guys decide to kind of take turns, as long as it doesn't skip over the mob.
Yeah.
Okay. What does Orta do with that information?
I mean, if I am... Is he currently restrained by me still? Since I did do that while he was stunned?
Oh, he is still restrained by you, yes, correct.
Okay. Because if he's under that effect, then I have advantage, and I'm just gonna... I'm gonna donkey punch him in the back of the head 3 times.
Okay, let's see it.
And if he's restrained, then it has advantage is all.
Okay. Give me the 3 rolls. Give me your highest ones out of the 2.
Oh, that's an 18 plus... Oh god. Plus 5, 23 to hit for the first attack. I'm also actually activating... Yeah, I'm activating Sonic Charge with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So on a hit, the target suffers the attack's normal effects and you begin to emanate a disturbing hum until the start of your next turn. If a hostile creature ends its turn within 5 feet of you, it takes a d4 sonic damage.
Okay.
Dealing 7 damage with the first punch.
What was your attack?
It was 23 to
23.
hit.
Yeah, that hit. Good.
Okay. And then bonus action attack. I need to stop using that dice. 21 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
For another 8 damage. No, wait. 8? Yeah, 8 damage. And then part of Brawler Mastery is... when you hit a creature with an unarmed strike or a weapon wielded in one hand, or you can on your turn, you can make an additional unarmed strike against the same target without the aid of your proficiency bonus. No action required. Actually, 2 more punches then.
Oh wow.
Just without
Okay.
proficiency.
Nice. Okay, do it.
But I still have advantage. 12 to hit, I'm assuming misses.
Okay. Yep, that is a miss.
And 18 to hit. No, wait,
That
not
one?
18. 16 to hit.
That one will also miss.
Okay.
So the last 2, he kind of bobs his head to the side and kind of hit the deck under him,
I still got
confirming
still
that he
want-
is also freed from, you know.
Yo. Can't work. I don't know how to fix it.
Turn off autofocus.
I have it off!
Yeah.
I turned off autofocus ages ago. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
We're gonna leave you to figure that out.
Yep.
So with this guy now being able to move, but he's tied up right now, right?
Yep. He's not tied up. He
Oh,
just
he's
has his
restrained.
hands held behind his back by Orta, yeah.
Right now, Orta's in Dobby vision.
Correct.
Yeah, that's why you can't see me. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The Dobby vision stuff.
Okay, so as an actress, my action is gonna be activating Saber Storm.
Okay. Didn't you already have your turn 2 seconds ago attempting to stun?
Oh,
me?
that's right. Sorry, I
Unless
forgot.
that's a bonus action of some kind, in which case
No,
go
no.
for it. But...
No, it's an action. So no, that's
Okay.
fine. I forgot that we
I'm
did
not
that.
against you guys having a few turns, but like maybe not in a row.
No. I just
That played the game too, guys.
my brain just forgot what we were doing.
You guys
Okay.
are good. I'm missing you. You're fine. Okay. So, Orta, you need to please give me a check here.
He's gonna try to break free.
Of course he is. No wonder. Wouldn't you? Like
Would
you're
you?
you're
Yeah.
there being donkey punched. Don't you want to get free?
Okay.
All right. So, Orta.
Athletics,
No, actually. I need you to give me real quick. I'll tell you which one in a sec.
Oh, what kind of saving throw?
Yes. I need a dex saving throw, please.
A dex saving throw.
Wait, 1 sec. Am I reading this right? No, sorry. Strength first.
Oh, a strength saving throw?
First.
Okay, that is a 22 on the strength save.
So you feel almost like your body's being lifted for a sec, and then you manage to kind of hold on to him and pull yourself back up against his back. As he just tried to probably like force push you or some other force power you off of his back.
Alright. Not today.
Nope, not right now anyway. Alright, cool. Next. Mibble, still just piloting the ship, or do you do anything from the cockpit?
Yep, I occasionally look back to see what the situation is. But I am still heading to that point.
Okay. So that brings us back to Orta and then Davi. Unless you guys want to flip-flop your
Back
turns
to the
again.
regular orders so that I know who I'm going after.
Right after Orta, then.
Otherwise, my brain's not gonna be able to keep up.
I mean,
Right.
if he's still restrained, I'm gonna punch him in the back of the head 4 times again.
Alright, let's see it.
Just trying to get him to knock out. The first one is probably not gonna hit with a 15. Second one, Oh, that will hit with a natural 20.
Ouch. Big ol' wind up.
That's a
Eight.
good one. Roll the damage in the crit.
11 damage
Okay.
on the crit.
Okay.
And then the free action attack from my first one. Got no proficiency bonus.
Got me vision again.
Again? Yeah,
because
probably
he
because I
keeps
left
it-
the camera.
Yeah.
I know. I just can't
stay
see
on
if
the
I
camera.
don't.
Don't lean over. Bring the dice to you. Bring the dice to
don't-
you to see.
I don't have space. I will be putting it on my keyboard. That was a 16 to
Push
hit
the
for that
keyboard
one.
back and stick it in front of the keyboard.
I don't have space. I need to clean up my desk.
Put it on
Well,
top
that
of the
sounds like a
keyboard, bro. The
you
keyboard, the
problem.
keyboard ain't getting moved
It's
from
a
the
my
dice tray.
failure, yes.
You don't need your keyboard much right now, anyway.
True. But I like having it. Oh, that didn't help. You know, if your hand's bigger than your face, it means you're dumb. 18 to hit.
Suddenly, everyone holds their hands up over their faces.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
It'll hit.
For 4 damage.
Okay.
Almost back. There we go. That worked. I just had to hit myself in the head.
Until Dobby Vision comes back again.
Okay. Was that all your attacks?
Yes.
Okay. Davi. I almost called you Navi again. Davi, your turn.
I did this to myself.
Rip the sister. Yep.
How cruel can you be?
I'll remind you every single game. Unintentionally, but every single game.
Yeah. So now I'm going to activate Saber Storm.
Mhm.
When you activate this feature, you can cause a weapon move up to 10 feet. Seeing how his has that awful aura coming off of it, I will use my own weapon for this. As much
Sure.
as it would be entertaining to smack someone with their own weapon.
Are you hitting?
I'm going to smack him with my weapon, so let me.
And I think since he's still restrained, you get advantage, right?
For melee against restrained, is that how it works? I don't remember.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay.
And then the creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
So that's going to be a 19 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
And it says it takes first attack against the creature. On a hit, it takes 1d8 plus the force casting. Does it also take damage from the weapon, or does it just take damage from?
It does the damage that's written on the Saber Storm. That's
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm doing that right.
it. 100%. It basically takes over your weapon and then just does the damage from the actual
Yeah.
Saber Storm ability. Yeah.
So that's going to be 8 energy damage.
Yep.
Yep, 8
Energy
energy
damage.
damage.
Yep. Very good. Okay.
Bonus action. Oh, I have something for that. I know I do. We'll come back to it. We'll just keep things moving. Because
Okay.
just keep going. What's our skip
Uh,
bonus action this turn?
Y'all can see this guy is getting worse for wear at this point. You guys have
Oh.
beaten the ever living crap out of him.
Okay, I take that back, and I animate my weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
I would like to animate weapon.
Okay.
I don't have a second light blade, so I'm just going to use his.
Okay.
So I'm more kind of let go of it and animate it with a force power.
Okay. So animate.
Um,
So Saber Storm for one, and then animate weapon for the other.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it also gets to take a. When you use this power, you can use cause a weapon move up 20 feet and melee force attack creature.
Okay. So you
Yes,
roll off of
save
your
it.
spell casting, but yeah, go ahead.
And that takes an advantage again. Ooh, that is a natural 20 for a 26.
Roll the demi.
We doing brutals yet, or
You're level
You
4.
just-
You're gonna be doing brutals after your next level up.
I don't remember what level we're at. It's been too long.
We're 4th
You're
level.
level 4.
So, just roll double the dice, right?
Correct.
We're gonna max that at, let's see, 8, 16 plus 4, 20 points of energy damage. Apparently his lightsaber don't like him too much.
Well, he's yeah, his lightsaber just likes taking lives. Clearly, he's no longer worse for wear. You've effectively decapitated him right there.
Trying to keep him alive.
Well, Davi decided no.
Navi didn't mean to.
You overkilled him by like 15 HP at that point. I'm sorry.
Whoops.
Yep.
I sort of just like raise an eyebrow as like, okay, and go back to my flying.
I'm gonna tell you guys this right off the bat. Incapacitating an enemy with a lightsaber, good luck. Especially if you overkill them by a sizable amount of damage, there will be no incapacitation. This thing cuts arms off.
It's just a dead laser that cuts people to bits. It's fine.
Yeah, that incapacitates, no.
The only way they can incapacitate with a lightsaber is if you turn it off and hit him with it.
True.
Then it
pummel
becomes a
hit.
blood.
Would be the only way, really.
Yeah. So I wouldn't want to pummel hit while the thing's on because I feel like I'd cut myself.
Yeah, you probably
There's a little bit of that.
Those blades are pretty long.
They're pretty long and one wrong move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the shuttle lands, right? And I mean, you guys basically land at that point, right? That rally point that the temple gave you guys, and you can see that, you know, there's like 4 or 5 other Jedis. One of them's a master. They're there holding their lightsabers in their hands, not turned on yet, but just ready to jump at you guys, right? And as soon as you guys hit the deck, true lightsabers don't have a stat. Exactly, Azrid. So yeah, the ship hits the deck, right? In a screech of a little bit of metal and then dirt, because I guess Mibble's rushing it a little bit here.
I try. It's with the guy being now beheaded.
Mhm.
I do try to land softly.
Oh, okay. So roll me a piloting skill then.
Do I still have the +3?
Orta.
I mean, that was for saving throws, but I can give you guidance for a D4.
That's she was asking if she was getting the guidance.
Well, I mean, considering I don't have to restrain the fellow anymore, yes, I can
Yep.
give you guidance.
See, he has been permanently restrained
Yes.
by Davi, but yes.
Okay,
There was a bit of a
that's
weight
gonna
taken off his shoulders, you
be
see.
A 26.
So you will actually land this thing with absolutely 0 pressure. And
I also get back on the radio and said, we have a body.
well, I mean, by the point you land and you say that, these guys are already like rushing the shuttle, right? So they're all kind of like stacked near the entrance to the shuttle. One of the guys is like covering the hole in the ground, like prepping if in case somebody tries to jump out that way. Right? You hear somebody yell through the hole, "Anybody left alive in there?" And as that is said, you know, you hear the beeping of their comlinks as they get the all clear, and they kind of collectively take a sigh of relief, and you see a head, you know, just pop up through the hole.
While we're landing, can I still rummage this guy's pockets and see if he has anything on him?
Go right ahead.
Investigation?
Sure, yeah, that works.
Okay. Man, I'm assuming it's 18. That's good.
Yeah, you go right through his pockets and everything, and I mean, he had a couple of credit chits, so you do get an extra 500 credits, but besides that, nope, lightsaber credits, no ID, that's it. Clearly up to no good.
Alright. And, pardon, because I was dealing with kids at the time.
You're
Is
fine.
his ship attached to ours, or is it...
Oh, we
No, they
placed that along the
crashed it.
floor.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, so he was able to cut through and get up just as we finished crashing the other ship.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to turn him over to whoever's coming on board.
What's left of him?
They can have both pieces.
You don't want a trophy?
No, I'm good. Kind of explained to them that he didn't really have much on him, but he was clearly working for someone nefarious.
Yep, clearly.
So, given how much he didn't have on him, he's a professional in this, I doubt our interrogation would have really worked on him. So at least there's that.
There is indeed that.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
So, that being said, they kind of listen to you right as you're giving your report here, and they nod a little bit, of course, as you're talking. And after a few minutes, they say, "Well, clearly you had no choice. This looks like some form of Sith assassin or another. You're lucky to be alive, Padawan."
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it came at the cost of another life.
And we thankfully did have a very solid pilot at the helm to keep us on our toes, keep us alive.
Mibble just gives him a thumbs up.
Mibble's like, "I better be getting overtime pay for this."
Hazard
That-
pay, overtime pay.
Right.
Not only
bonus for
that-
making it out alive.
Not only that, he sort of sinks into the chair a little bit after all that happened.
Bonuses for
It's
saving
like-
lives.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Something raise, please.
Don't get paid enough for this shit.
There you go. That's the one.
Yep.
I think Mibble is every Starbucks employee's like spirit animal in this in this
Yeah.
campaign.
1000%.
Anyway, yeah. That being said, at this point, right, you guys are basically being kind of dragged off the ship to another ship as this one's been damaged. They say, "Don't worry about it. We'll take care of this one." And
Sweet.
right, and you're driven back to the temple where you're each given rooms and the opportunity to thankfully rest a little bit after the quite
Immediately
eventful day
head
you've
in
had so
pillow.
far.
Can
Oh
I
no!
keep
Wait! First, he gets food, then head in pillow.
Can I keep the lightsaber?
Yeah, sure.
No one's gonna take it from me?
No,
When I-
I mean it's a dark side lightsaber though, so you get a couple of like eyebrows, like, you know, why do you want to keep something like dirty like that kind of vibe from a few of them, but nobody actually says anything out loud.
When I get back to my room,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it.
Okay.
I'd like to kind of meditate on that lightsaber to see if I can't realign
Of
it.
course.
Okay.
Essentially, trying to
Like
push.
he healed the kyber crystal kind of thing.
Yeah. See if I can't use the force and use my connection with it to try and push some.
Okay, try it out.
You want me to roll?
Do you have anything to heal?
I do have a heal spell.
Okay, give it a shot.
It just says a creature I touch regains healing.
Kyber crystals are alive, right?
Yes, they are.
So, I guess I'll cast heal on it and see what happens. Which is a D8 plus my casting modifier, which will be a 10.
Okay. You try to heal the kyber crystal, and it doesn't really do anything. It's still beet red. This
I'm more
thing's
s-
probably been corrupted and then used to kill people over and over again, or something nasty
Yeah.
like that. It's not just
And you
gonna.
did kill its former owner with it.
Yeah, the other option you might have is, as Azrin said, is acquire another kyber crystal and then simply just swap it out.
You guys are getting ahead of me. I have another kyber crystal. I was gonna say she's gonna sigh and then start trying to dismantle this crystal. This thing.
I'm telling you what was
put her
written in
own
the.
in.
I'm telling you what was written in the chat.
Which
Don't get ahead
crystal
of
is
me.
that?
I got a kyber crystal from the cave a couple episodes ago. Remember, I extracted one.
Oh, right.
We
Before
all
we
we
fought
all picked
the
up
guy.
one.
Yeah. It's a light blue.
Mine was orange.
Oh, it's a sky blue to represent my sister. So I'm
So-
going to attempt to work on this and swap it out because I'm assuming I have some sort of knowledge of the working of these because I had to build my own.
Yep. You open this thing up and you realize something. The handle on this thing's longer than it seemed at first, and when you open it up, you see there's two kyber crystals in there. This is a double-bladed lightsaber. He only just ever had the chance to turn one blade on before you guys went, Donkey Kong on him. But that's a double-bladed lightsaber.
And I take it both crystals are pretty corrupted.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably take both of them out, replace one of them, and use it tentatively as a single blade for now, but it's got room for one more.
Yeah. I have to check in with Suri on this then. So my character cannot use a double-bladed lightsaber. They're martial. I only know simple. But yeah, I will remove the corrupted crystals for now. And I'll just set the whole mechanism aside. I'm not gonna put my crystal into it yet. But I'll put it in my backpack with all my stuff, with notes to talk to Zuri about it when I can.
Okay, very good.
Because I'm pretty sure Zuri's had the training for those.
Very good. Zora,
Maybe I can
Zora, you
swap
wish
them.
it were me.
Maybe if Zuri has a single blight blade, I can swap her.
Right.
Hey, geez.
She can keep her crystal. I'm pretty sure she got an extra crystal from the cave. She can put both those into this one, and I can take hers and put my crystal in.
Right, there you go. All right, I'll leave you guys to negotiate that when you guys have a minute to talk. But for now, yes. That being said, you're going to spend a good chunk, I guess, of your downtime starting that. The others, are there anything else that you want to do here?
Mibble will also see about picking up a book about weapons that kyber crystals can be used for and how they can be built.
What do you mean?
Since I do have a kyber crystal as well.
Oh, you got one too. Nice. I
Yeah.
did not remember those details. I am
Yeah,
sorry.
he
It's
picked
been a
one.
while.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we all picked one up.
True. Okay.
He picked his up from the floor that was orange because it was a little hurt.
Okay. So you got an orange one, yeah.
So he's gonna look to see what kind of weaponry can be made with kyber crystals that he may be able to make.
Like what type of weapons you could make with it or something?
Yeah, like blasters and whatnot.
So here's the thing. The crystals themselves don't determine the weapon type. They determine sometimes some of the stats that'll affect the weapon. The color of the weapons, like bolts. So if you put like an orange one in a weapon, it'll shoot orange laser bolts.
Okay.
So not only is it food related, not food related. I mean, sorry. I need some food on break. My brain's like, give me food. I'm like, okay, brain, shut up. We're playing right now. Yeah, you know how brain is. But yes, no. So other than the fact that it'll change the flavor, the color, basically of the laser. In certain cases, it'll slightly affect the weapon. Then you got lenses, you got barrels, you got all sorts of other things too. Grips that can also affect the weapon. So these are all details we can go over between this session and the next one. I can kind of build you maybe a little grid of all the little things you can do with that.
Okay.
But as far as the kyber crystals go, they're really just like slotted in the weapon, change changes the color, permits the weapon to function, and in certain cases gives you like a +1 on damage or something.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go over that with you.
Yep, no problem. But again, if you have a specific weapon in mind, I mean, if you remember the Star Wars 5e website, there's quite a list of weapons and everything there. If you have a
Yeah.
specific weapon in mind that you're thinking of doing, you can always DM me that weapon and I can tell you what it'll take to make it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll look over that during my free time.
Exactly. Very good.
But he'll pick up a book, more or less telling him more about the kind of weaponry he can build, and that could be used with the kyber crystal.
Okay, very good. Next. Orta, you're the last one so far. What are you up to right now? Let's see here. Yeah.
Well, I guess he would try to find a master here at the temple who, like, sort of specializes, for lack of a better term, like kyber crystals and kyber crystal health.
Yeah, there's usually at least one master that teaches the students how to build their lightsaber, and if it's not a master, it's a droid or it's something. But there's usually one resource that'll help you build lightsabers in the temple. So yes, you could probably find a person for that. Actually, in this case, for the Tython Academy, it is a droid. You guys might have actually seen that droid in some of the shows, but yes, you do walk up to said SAS droid.
And Orta would pull out the kyber crystal he found in the cave
Mm-hmm.
and sort of show it to the droid and basically ask, if I may, can you tell me what might be wrong with this crystal? Any way I can help it?
Yeah, it looks at you and you know it's got two, like a silvery chrome body, right? You see it's got two eyes that are yellow in color. The dome of its helmet is a polished, steely, almost like blue-gray metal, right?
Right.
And it looks down at you and at the lightsaber crystal, the kyber crystal that you're holding in your hand, and he looks up at you and he says, I do not recommend using this to build a lightsaber. It's clearly corrupted.
In what way? It's not any sort of... I've only seen this kind of corruption once.
Kyber crystals, when subjected to pain, negative emotions, dark side powers will, well, get corrupted. Partial corruption usually goes from blue to purple. Further corruption or damage may bring it into the orange colors, and eventually full-on red.
This is a partially corrupted.
Yes, that is correct. Fun little side note, synthetic kyber crystals, manufactured by the Sith, also invariably tend to turn red.
Can you tell me of anyone here who could help me sort of re-establish this crystal? Re-heal this crystal, perchance?
So he looks at you again and he kind of, this time is not like giving you lip as much as he was the last time, and kind of looks up at you and says, while your effort, Padawan, is appreciated, there are very little or next to no cases of damaged kyber crystals being rehabilitated.
Well, that can't be right. Why wouldn't it be able to be fixed?
He kind of looks at you and he says, well, while these crystals are somewhat sentient, they are not living beings like you or I. Once their molecular structure is damaged, well, It's not like, you know, dipping someone in a Bacta tank. What he will say, though, is he'll tell you there have been a few very rare occasions where somebody has managed to, quote-unquote, heal a Kyber crystal. But he knows not of any masters capable of doing that at the Tython Academy.
Where would I have to go to learn more about these occasions? Could I find them in the holocron storage in the library?
He looks at you and he says, possibly. Though once again, in order to protect such a master, it's quite possible that the access to this information is restricted.
I see.
As no doubt one with such capacity would be prime target for the Sith.
That sounds right, for sure.
Will that be all, Padawan?
Yes, thank you.
Very good. And then as he says that to you, he kind of straightens himself up, turns, goes back towards some of the other Padawans that are training, pulling some lightsabers, well, not lightsabers, but kind of like training lightsabers out of his back, right? And you see him just blocking a few of the strikes from the Padawans, saying, no, your form is all wrong. Try again from the top, please. Have you made no effort in practicing? And he starts berating them a little bit, you know, kind of pushing them a little bit as he trains them again.
Yeah. Orta will see if he can't talk to... Oh gosh.
You going to the librarian, I'm assuming?
Librarian or the person, one of the people that we have already told about our encounter.
Well, which encounter? The one that you had... Okay, the one in the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not the one in the ship. The one that brought us here. Like our encounter with Alia and such.
With Alia and stuff back at the... Okay.
Yeah, back when we first got here with our master.
Those masters are currently unavailable. They're actually busy tending to the wounds of Zuri's master at this point. The librarian would probably be your best bet. What we are going to potentially do, though, is we're maybe going to just take a break right here and then go do the library thing. I think that might be
Makes
the play.
sense.
Just so we can have a little bit of food in my brain so it functions again, a little bit of water, and we will get right back after this short break. We'll see you all in a bit as soon as I manage to pause this.
Forever in your heart. Forever in your heart. I can hear your heart. Forever in your heartbeat. I can hear your heart. Forever in your heartbeat.
we are back. I was just muted. There we go.
Classic.
The usual. You know when you're talking and you're muted and you're like, wait a minute, my mic's turned off. All right, the classic, the Behold roleplay classic. So we are back, and so yes, Orta, you were, I believe, in the process of going to get going to the archives, I believe, right? Is that what you decided to do in the end?
Yeah, try and go to the archives to see if I can't possibly find any stories of from about the people who were able to heal kyber crystals.
Okay. So you go to the thing, right? To the archives, and you look around to see if you can maybe find some form of information on it, right? And your search about healing kyber crystals comes up empty.
Yes, because they would be most likely hidden away, which is I
Mhm.
was hoping to find someone more high ranked
Okay.
to
So
sort of give me access to that. But yeah,
yeah, so you go to, I'm assuming, the chief librarian, right?
yes,
Or do you go to talk to someone else, or who are you trying to talk to? Because like I said, the masters you met at the beginning here at the academy, they're busy taking care of Trask.
yeah. It's just I'm pretty sure that nobody else really knows like what we're facing against and what we are trying to find. So I wouldn't really be able to get them to sort of give me access for that reason, because I feel like it could be a possible avenue for
Okay,
that whole
very good.
situation. So I guess I mean I might inquire with the chief librarian, but I'm not going to go into detail about stuff that they haven't been told about, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How would you verbalize that then talking to them? Like they're standing there, right? And they see you approach and they go, "Ah, you have a query."
Yes. I recently went to the Kyber Crystal Cave
Mm-hmm.
near where we are on this planet and was able to return with a crystal of my own.
Oh.
However, it ended up in a state that I can't quite explain, and I'm not sure how it happened. I don't know if it. But, and he shows the sort of kyber crystal that's like this dim purple.
So she looks at you and then back to the crystal and back at you, and she goes, "Oh my. I hate to say this, Padawan, but you'd probably be better off relinquishing this into temple custody, or into the hands of the temple, and then getting yourself another crystal."
As far as I'm aware, I don't believe that opportunity's available right now.
She looks back at you.
Remind me, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Was when we left, the crystals were all starting to turn that corrupted
Correct.
red, right?
Yep, they messed around with it.
I don't think I will be able to get a crystal in a reasonable amount of time. And I don't really believe that this one should be abandoned.
She gives you a very soft, grandma type smile almost. You know what I mean? Like, when grandma's proud of you because you saved the dying bird that fell out of the nest type deal. And she closes her eyes and kind of passes her hand over the crystal, almost like she's sensing it, right?
Mhm.
Then looks back at you and says, I'm afraid this was not merely hurt or corrupted. It was tampered with, Padawan.
Tampered with in what way?
I'm not sure. I've never quite seen something like that. See, it's not only that it's purple. I've never seen them dim like that. Usually, kyber crystals are vibrant even when corrupted.
So, perhaps I don't exactly understand either, but perhaps we can. Perhaps it's now an empty vessel that can be refilled.
She's gonna look at you and again, smile at your hopefulness and kind of pat you on the back a little bit and say, I don't think that's possible, but I'll do some research in the restricted section and see if I can come up with anything. Why don't you come back and see me in the morning and please get yourself some food if you haven't eaten yet, yes?
Of course, I'll be sure to take care of myself.
Good. I don't know why you're so attached to this, but it's clearly important to you, so I'll see what I can do. And she'll, as one of the rare few Jedi who's shown you kindness instead of just sticking to protocol, she'll nod at you encouragingly and she'll head on back.
Yep, Orta will give a bow.
Very good. She'll nod with a little smile and she'll head towards the, restricted section of the library. The archives. That being said, you'll head back to bed, unless there's anything else you want to do before then.
I mean, obviously I have to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, I get a little bit of din.
Yes. So you get some good old din. The menu today is something you can't quite pronounce, but it somewhat tastes like chicken, so I guess that's okay.
It's a win. Someone like chicken is a win.
Right? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste like weird slimy worms or some other weird, exotic flavor, shall we call it. So we'll take somewhat like chicken. But that being said, you do have your meal, and on your way back, roll me a perception check.
Let me just move my keyboard, move my dice rolling apparatus. 10.
Okay. You feel an odd sensation. Almost like a tingling in the back of your skull. And, a pull in your stomach, which doesn't really make sense because you just had food. You shouldn't be feeling hungry.
Right. Like an actual pull? Like something trying to take me somewhere?
Like your guts are telling you go that way.
I'll follow my gut.
It brings you back to the
Walking like
kitchen.
my
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I wanted dessert.
There we go. It was a lack of dessert. So that pool kind of has you like meandering slowly through the temple, right? And eventually actually has you arrive at one of the many balconies off the hallways, right, that kind of give you a view of the courtyard. And you're not too sure why you're here, really, but it's almost like something told you had to be here.
I'll look around, see if I can't spot anything while I'm here.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I shall do that. You know what? Let me double check something. I'm giving myself guidance.
Paladin things. Guidance for everyone all the time.
22.
Amazing. Okay, You stand on that balcony, right? And for a minute, you see a shadow above the academy.
I don't like that.
And it's the color of darkness. Like this is a black shadow against the sky. So it's almost like the only reason you can really tell is because the stars kind of disappear in the shape of a ship. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's black on black with the actual
Yes.
space background, I guess if you want to call it, and with the background of space. And unfortunately, as a result, you can't really make out its complete shape, but you know there's something above the temple right now, and almost as if on cue, when you look at it, you feel that purple kyber crystal in your hand vibrate.
I will immediately send a message over the comms to Davi, Mibble, and Zuri.
Okay.
Bibble sort of has his face buried in his pillow and is like, what is it now?
Actually, Mibble, if you were like head on pillow passed out, I'm gonna need you to give me a perception check.
18.
Okay. You do notice. The call.
My statement still stands. What is it now?
There is a pitch black ship over the school, and I think we may have trouble soon. Warn others, be ready. To everyone that he can reach out to, even our master.
Okay. So, a few things are going to happen. You all get that message, including Zuri's master, if she's next to him, which is quite possible. And almost as if on cue, and
But also
you know,
the like the master we left our academy with. I can't remember his name because
Garm.
Garm, thank you.
Okay. So, you send them all the message, including to Garm, and almost as if on cue, as soon as you send that message, right, two things happen simultaneously. Floodlights from the temple kind of turn on, right?
Right.
There's a siren that turns on, and you start to hear the sound of turbo lasers as the ship begins to open fire on the temple. Thankfully, the temple does have a shield generator, so it has taken a pounding, but it's still standing. But this thing is just shooting at it over and over and over. Yeah, it's anyway. So I started blasting type deal right now.
Yeah.
As yeah, everybody's rest unfortunately will be interrupted here.
I mean, I sent my message.
Should we group up on the ship and get out of here, or
We
is there
can't.
something we can do to help? We can't fight a ship from the ground.
No.
But I don't know. Mibble, you know our ship's the best. Is our ship capable of taking on something like this?
Bibble quickly jumps out of his bed and grabs his stuff and heads into the hallway looking for what to do.
Yeah. As I'm talking, I'm packing up everything I own because it's all coming with me.
Yeah, and right now it's panic mode. Like, you guys get out and you see people running down the hallways, people grabbing gear, weapons, Jedis kind of grouping with their little groups, their friends, their fellow knights, whatever. This is panic mode. Like, these guys were not expecting somebody to have the, pardon my language, the brass to, you know, show up and start flat out shooting at the temple.
Orta is gonna head down to the courtyard he was above.
Okay.
And just wait at the door.
So... You get down to the courtyard, right?
Right. Notably not leaving cover.
No, that's fine. When you do, right,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to realize one crucial thing. And I will let you convey that to your friends. I will let you relay whatever part of this information you choose.
He will send a message out to the same people that he did before
Mm-hmm.
and say the ship above is a diversion. Meet me at the courtyard. We have distinctly bad company incoming.
Oh, great.
I'm moving quickly as I can towards the courtyard.
And yeah, Orta is not hiding. He's just standing in the center of the doorway, watching them approach.
Well, you're standing right, like, on the side of the doorway, right?
I'm standing in cover.
Okay, like next to the door kind of thing?
Yeah, but
Like
I'm
behind
not,
a crate or behind whatever, yeah, one of the supply
well,
crates
I'm
that
trying not
people
to get
load on the
shot
ships.
from above, basically.
Oh, yeah, no, this thing's aiming at the temple, not at the courtyard. Case in point, they probably don't want to shoot whoever
Themselves.
is, yeah, exactly in the courtyard right now. It's probably more, again, an attempt at panicking people and flushing them out. Case in point, as a few of the Jedi come out of that door, well, I'll tell the rest of you guys at this point. There's 3 figures standing in the courtyard at this point, also dressed in black. And as these people run out, as the Jedi run out of the temple,
Are they running past me?
yes.
I will try to stop as many of them as I can.
Well, I mean,
Close the door on him.
yeah. Well,
Sorry.
I just want to try to not have them run directly into dark cloaked figures.
right?
Basically I just telepathically tell them we have I'm sensing dark side energy from these guys, obviously, right?
Duh.
I have to assume.
Yeah, it's no duh right now. Yeah. You don't need to be Davi to tell that these guys are bad news.
Yeah. There are Sith in the courtyard. Do not go that way.
Well, a few people, will come out at first. You then say that, and the people exiting through that door dramatically decreases. You might have saved a lot of lives just now. A few of them, unfortunately, will have probably been reflectively coming out, and those first few people, as soon as they're viewed by whoever's in the courtyard, you see one of those 3 figures who's basically head and shoulders above the other 2, probably clad in massive armor here under his cloak. Extend a hand, and a lightsaber just flies out of it and just buries itself in the chest of one of the in one of the Padawans that just ran out, or Jedi that just ran out. Another, support crew is going to be force pulled right out of the doorway and just impaled on a lightsaber. And the third one, as he's being pulled out, same thing. Will just float in front of one of the other figures. One of them, you can tell, is thinner, right? A little thinner, a little more lithe in their build, maybe a woman. The third one is hunched over, leaning on a cane, almost like an old man. And That's what I meant when I said, the old man just pulls the person to them and just gently impales them on the lightsaber, almost like slowly, like like an old man motion, the just very slowly impales them on the lightsaber as you hear the twisted sound of the person screaming as their flesh is being seared here. And the third one, that one looks familiar as they get force pulled, and then you just see their skin just crack. Almost like the very life is being drained out of them as they crumple to the ground in a heap. And the three of them head for the door, right? Since nobody's really coming out anymore. And can you give me a stealth roll of some kind here?
Lord.
I sure can.
Dirty 20.
Let's see. As they're going, right? One of the three hooded figures, kind of stops and turns their head in your direction. Almost like a dog, smelling for prey. And the lithe, female one kind of walks up next to them, almost like they concurred that there was something coming from your direction. But she puts her hand on the big armored juggernaut's forearm and shakes her head under her cloak. You can't really see her figures, right? It's dark out and everything. But they all head in, with her slightly hovering back, as the rest of them go in. And you almost think that you catch the glint of a pearly white smile before she heads in after the rest of them.
Oh god. Well, I telepathically reach out to the last one, and I'm banking on it being who I think it is, and I'm gonna do like I've done in the past and say, "You can stop this."
You basically just hear the equivalent of a coy giggle. Telepathically speaking. The rest of you, you're headed towards the courtyard, because that's where he told you to go last, right?
I'm in the back of the group.
Nibble's like, combat? I stick in the back.
Heck yeah.
Do you do anything, Orta? You get one reaction, and then I move on to the rest of the group.
So they're at this point sufficiently inside.
Yeah,
the temple?
they're past the door.
I will send out another message to the group. They're in the temple. Alia is with them.
Oh dear.
I should put some pep in people's steps.
Not that crazy.
Not that crazy. We don't want to get canceled. Bleep. Yep.
Saying that won't get us canceled.
No, I know. I'm just
all the time.
I'm just having fun with it, but yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure everyone knows I won't get us canceled.
No, I know, but again. So.
Right.
Just go watch the Mass Effect stream.
I'm well aware.
Drugs.
Drugs?
So, as for the rest of you guys, are you still headed for that courtyard? Are you doing something different? Does this new information that was sent to you, any different, or affect your plans in any way?
Well, they didn't exactly tell us what direction they're heading into the temple.
I mean, they're heading into the temple from the courtyard, so that's at least a start.
Yeah, but I guess I'm assuming there's multiple entrances to this courtyard because it's strange to have one entrance to your courtyard at a temple.
So, Star Wars temples are usually in a very geometrically pleasing shape. If you've ever seen any, like the Coruscant Temple is another example of it. Like they're shaped either like bricks or like pyramids or like. For some reason, Jedi tend to build their temples or occupy buildings that are very aesthetically even or symmetrical when it comes to temples or where they want to put their temples. From what I've seen, anyway, of what Star Wars media I've seen. So, if I had to make any suggestions here, what I would say is there's probably main entrances to multiple courtyards, right? The courtyard we're referring to here is the one where you guys parked your ship.
Yeah. So that would be like the west courtyard or something like that. Like as an example.
For example, yes.
So
There's only like one, maybe two ways to that courtyard then.
Correct, and if you look at like the architecture inside the temple, the ground floor is probably big open space, right? Probably cross-shaped or some sort, with all four entrances kind of meeting in a central area, and then you'd have stairwells, staircases, and then multiple hallways of rooms, training rooms, archives, etc., etc., etc.
And so if we were in our rooms, we were up on the second floor.
Correct.
Assuming we're still on that second floor, is there a window that overlooks the courtyard?
There are balconies that actually come out of the hallways that you guys can like look down on the courtyard from or just hang out on and stuff. Yes.
That's where I'm going. Redirect towards and
Okay.
motion the others to follow.
Okay.
Because I would rather go up and over than run into these people.
Good idea. So you guys get to that balcony on the second floor. What do you do then?
If it looks, I'm more creep to the edge. I can drop down, creep to the edge, try and look, see if the coast is clear out. That in the courtyard, as long as we're not being fired upon.
So you want to jump down from the second floor here.
I'm first trying to look to make sure it's safe to go into the balcony, and then safe to enter the courtyard.
The balcony's safe. The courtyard seems to be relatively safe. The ship above is still shooting away at the temple, but you got to say one thing for the temple at the very least. Their shield generator is, base-sized shield generator, not ship-sized. So it's able to take quite the pounding from this thing. This thing is not, Star Destroyer size or anything. It has to be able to hold an atmosphere. So, it's going to take a while before this thing completely takes out the shield, and there's good chances that the Jedi are scrambling on all four of those different platforms, and they'll probably send up fighters or something to scare it off eventually. The question here is more, again, a question of you guys, getting it in gear here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my plan, is to enter the courtyard from the balcony. Try and jump down.
Bibble sort of raises his eyebrows, like, "What are you doing?" And then seeing what you're attempting to do, yeah, I think I'll take the stairs.
Do you really want to be killed by the Sith that just came in?
I think I can find cover, and if they're busy with you, it makes it more easier for me.
Well, seeing how they're not in the courtyard, they're not going to be busy with me.
Mibble, if I remember the junkyard episode, didn't you have some form of like jetpack or booster or something?
I have a spell or mechanic thing that's jump boost. What's called jet jump.
Well, if anybody here could probably get down using a power, it's probably you with that.
I do believe Zuri has some sort of force pull push thing.
Okay.
Zuri
I'll
do.
break their fall with, so it's really just me.
Nibble sort of looks at the stairs, looks back at
As you look back at the stairs, you can see like a red glow, and you hear some screaming and lightsaber noises.
You know what? The balcony's not all that bad. Trying to climb up on the rail.
Right?
Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Oh, Zuri,
Sorry,
just
jump
answer
on
that.
because the jetpack
Yeah.
jumps down.
Zori's answer, yeah, Zuri has a force push-pull thing, so she can stop her perfect fall with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Davi, what are you gonna do then?
I mean, it's just a second story, right?
Yep.
Tuck and roll.
Fine.
Okay.
It's a pyramid, right?
Tuck and roll, baby, tuck and roll.
Give me
I
a.
I have no real choice. I have nothing I can do to stop break my fall.
No, I get you. I'm gonna check real quick. Give me an athletics roll, please.
Don't fail me now. That's a 14.
You hit the ground. You feel a little bit of like pain in one of your ankles, but not like sprained or broken or anything. Just like oof, you know, like
Ow. Yeah.
hard landing. Not a fun one, but you're able to push through that and you know, kind of stand back up, watching everybody else around you. Zuri, you might have had at this point. I'll fill everybody else in later on what Zuri got out of Master Trask and everything while she was healing him and everything while you guys were doing your stuff. But needless to say, at this point, Zuri's with you. You guys are going to head out towards the ship. Trask can't be moved right now. And as you guys hit the ground, you hear an angry screech coming from the balcony, right? And your ship is still there, you know, in the courtyard, just waiting for you guys to hop on board. As these three very angry figures jump off the balcony after you.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Over
Right.
to the ship.
The
Yeah,
big
we gotta book
armored-
it.
yep. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, we gotta book it to the ship and make a message to Order telling them like, what's what we're doing. Get over there fast.
Right.
The temple will.
Yep.
Or responsibly, the temple will survive. The Jedi here will hopefully be able to fend them off, but we need to get that lightsaber out of their clutches.
Right. And
Yeah,
Orda did not still has his crystal, correct?
Correct. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
couldn't
I'm
remember if
talking
I gave
about
it to
the
the
Soul
librarian.
Saber.
I know. I'm
Okay.
just trying to make sure about mine because I wasn't sure if I left it with the librarian or not.
No, you did not. She said she would
Okay.
look into those things for you, but
Right.
that being said, right, you guys, right, see these three people jump off the balcony. The big armored one just flat out like superhero landing on one knee type thing, cracking the pavement under him when he hits the deck. The lithe female one just kind of does the same thing Davi did and just kind of lands on her feet and just tucks and rolls forward. One simple roll and just pops back up standing, almost laughing with glee like she's having fun, like a kid in the playground type deal. And next to her, the old man just kind of hops off the edge, still holding his cane, and just gently floats down, touching the ground daintily. As this happens, right? You guys, I'm assuming, are boarding the ship while they're doing that, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Everybody's getting on board. Mibble, I'm assuming you're headed straight for the piloting seat.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Good. God.
of course.
And I'm heading to wherever we have the saber stashed because I want to make sure.
It's still there.
Yep.
Okay.
Is Otto on the ship and nearby?
Who?
Arm.
Orta.
Orta?
Orda?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
what
follow
is
the moment
Orda
I know
doing?
I can.
Hmm.
The moment I
So-
know that I'm following to the ship, basically.
So that would probably be when you saw them jump out the balcony. You'd probably group up with them and run on in, correct?
Yeah, I'd stick with
Yeah.
them.
See you there.
Okay, so all of us are on the ship that needs to be on the ship.
Yep.
Yes, because
Okay.
Zuri's with us, I'm sure.
Nice we had guard, but hoping he survives this with everyone else.
I guess pilot skills.
Yep.
All right.
My hope is that we will lead them off.
Right.
That is going to be a 23 on pilot.
Okay. So you punch it, and the shit tilts, at an angle, clearly intent on departing from the courtyard. And then all of a sudden you hear, like, the sound of the engines, like, roaring, like they're straining against something. The ship is stuck at about 45 degrees, trying to boost off. And through the, still open boarding ramp or whatever, you guys see the old man with his hand just sticking out from under his robes, almost nonchalantly, just fingers extended,
Oh.
And any of you, like, force sensitives can very easily tell he's holding the ship back.
You guys have to do something.
How far away is he from the ship?
Again, trying to turn that into Imperial metrics, but I'd say maybe 120 feet. Between 120 and 150 feet, give or take.
Can Zuri throw her saber? Can you saber throw to distract him?
I don't think saber throw reaches that far, unless I'm mistaken.
I don't have saber throw here. Let me find it here.
One second for you. Saber throw. So saber throw's range is 30 feet.
Oof.
It will definitely not make the range, unfortunately.
I mean, the only thing I can think to do would be try to do the same thing we did with the earlier when we destroyed the other ship. Use force push and pull to kind of tug a war against this guy. Zuri and I together.
You know what? You roll me a force casting roll.
Force casting rolls. Using my. I'll just assume it's like my force attack modifier.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I have to give myself guidance because why wouldn't I give myself guidance in this situation? It's back to normal.
Yeah, I think all my stuff.
Not 1 for a total of 10.
Ugh.
8.
What about you?
Oh. I can roll for that too?
Yep. I
And
would let
Zuri too.
Zuri roll for it. I would let Zuri roll for it if she was here.
Mine's a 17.
Okay.
We're just doing straight force casting powers, like my wisdom. It's a wisdom check.
Force
Yeah,
casting,
if
like
you go
a
to your
force
actual
attack.
force powers, it'll say force attack.
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah,
Force
like light
attack.
attack modifier.
Oh, sorry, then that's gonna be a 19.
Okay, very good. Yeah, not feet. I meant yards. Rosa, you are correct. I meant yards, not feet. I potatoed. Yeah, this is why I don't do imperial measures. Thanks, Rosa. Appreciate it. But yeah, so all that to say, yeah, this guy's about 120 yards away from you, and again, you guys start this whole, like, attempting to get him to let go using the force, but it almost feels like, how do I describe that? Yeah, when I said 120, I didn't mean 120 feet. I meant 120 yards. I was a little off.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant more closer to meters. So yeah, thanks, Rosa. I do appreciate it. I was completely off on my distancing here. Yes, yards. And oh yeah, I know, Zoro. I know. And then at that point, right? You guys are starting this tug of war, but it almost feels like, how do I describe this? It almost feels like you're trying to move a mountain with a stick made of straw. Like this guy's presence in the Force is heavy, it's oppressive, it's terrifying. And oddly enough, unlike the other two that are boiling with rage, this one just feels ice cold. It's calm, it's collected, it's deliberate cruelty, whereas the other two are, well, one of them is just pure rage, and the other one is just this sadistic, laughing maniac.
We kind of get. This feels like a lost cause.
The ship at this point is slowly starting to reverse back towards the ground, and Mibble, you can see the gauges and indicators on the engines like going into the red as they're like threatening to overheat. Almost like this guy's gonna just force you guys to crash back on the ground, you know?
I'm going to get the soul saber that I'm assuming they're after.
Mm-hmm.
This might not be a good idea. But I would like to, without really much care for the... I want to dismantle it. I want to break it into pieces and smash the crystal if I can. If not, just tuck the crystal away. But I essentially want to attempt to damage this thing beyond use. So when I'm taking it apart, I'm not really having much care for being nice about it.
So that takes a while to do, unless you're just trying to, you know, swing at the hilt with your lightsaber.
I will do that if that's going to take too long, yeah.
Okay, can you roll me here? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Give me 1 second. I need you to please roll me a... Just give me a straight wisdom saving throw, please.
That fell out of the dice tray. That doesn't even... Roll! Okay. 21.
You want to go and cut at this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And... I mean, you totally can. Don't get me wrong. But you feel this, like, creeping doubt. You know what I'm saying? Inside of you, like, is this really a good idea?
Oh, she never thought it was a good idea to start with, so I ain't gonna stop her.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
I know what you mean.
That
It's in my face now.
is that a good idea feeling just seems to oddly enough feel like it's getting amplified and amplified and amplified. But you do have an exceptionally strong will, as you've shown all of us so far. My real question for you at this point, because you do have the freedom to do so, is do you cut it?
Yes.
Very good. So you take a cut at this thing, right? And do you cut the kyber crystal too?
Yeah. She knows it's probably not a wise idea, but she wants to render this thing useless as much as she can.
Kyber crystals are designed to redirect energy. That's their entire purpose. I need to make a few rolls here.
There. I said from the beginning this was not a smart idea.
Nope. A few things happen. Fucking damn it, dude. Why are you making me do this? I have to check one last thing here. Sorry, 1 sec.
Okay.
Yup. That is what's... Oh, no. Okay. So...
It's fair.
Here's the thing about lightsabers. They're energy weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And the kyber crystal has to be very carefully slotted in with the rest of the weapon to properly direct energy.
Mm-hmm.
Firing energy through a lightsaber, through a kyber crystal like that is... I'm going to say ill-advised on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
figured.
mix. I had a mix of extremely high and extremely low rolls as a response to this action. A few things are gonna happen. You basically shove your lightsaber at the hilt of this thing. You pop through the actual hilt of it, no problem, despite part of the housing being energy resistant. That was one of the very low rolls. You stab at the crystal after going through the hilt. It redirects the blade. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Guys, don't fail me now. 21.
You are still good. Thankfully, you managed to move your leg out of the way just as your lightsaber's energy goes through that crystal. You remember what that thing looked like when it was turned on? That's exactly what it looks like right now. You have now a purple with a obsidian dark core lightsaber with little flecks of red kind of floating around the blade. And you can hear the screams. Same as the first time you turned this thing on and held it in front of you.
In my lightsaber now.
No.
No,
Your
and
lightsaber is basically powering this thing. They are literally focuses for redirecting lasers or energy.
Okay.
It's like saying, "Hey, I'm going to stop sunlight using a lens from a
The telescope?
magnifying glass and holding it in front of your forehead, going, I'm going to stop the sunlight."
I'm going to quickly look around to see, and if I can't find it at a quick glance of something I can use to try to smash the crystal to break the crystal.
Yep.
I'm going to turn the light blade off and use my own hilt if I have to.
Okay.
And attempt to break. I want to shatter the crystal is what I'm attempting to do.
Okay. Well,
I understand that's dangerous, and I understand that I'm right in the line of fire, but
that's up to you. Okay. I'm gonna need a couple more rolls from you then.
okay.
First of all, are you doing this with your hand? You're just taking the thing and smashing it down?
She's a big panic, so yeah, she kind of flipped it around. She's using it, it's similar to a hammer, so she's holding it by one end. Not like where her hand's covering where the lightsaber comes out, because that's just stupid. It's like
No,
holding
for sure, with the hilted part. But just, again, I just wanted to know if you were doing it with your hand, with the force, etc., just to have an idea of what roll to ask of you here.
Well, actually, that's a better idea.
I mean,
I didn't think about it. She's in a panic, never mind.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah.
I was asking what you were doing for that exact reason. This is why I ask these questions in an open-ended manner, because I don't want to induce you into doing something.
Yeah.
So yes, you will at this point, strike it with the the butt of the hilt, if you want to call it that. I need you to give me just your attack roll, really, your weapons roll.
23.
Okay. So yeah, you strike through true, right? And you feel, like resonance from the crystal, and also actually at this point when you're doing that, Orta, you feel the one that you had vibrate as well. The one that you have on you vibrate. It's cracking. One or two more good hits and this thing is snapped. It's done.
I'm gonna keep going then.
Roll again.
Oh, that's a 22.
Yep. The cracks are really big now. One more and it'll most probably shatter.
Dirty 20.
Well, okay.
That die liked me.
Yep. What's your constitution?
14. Plus 2.
Okay. I hate
Well,
to
what
say
about the
this.
one Orta has in his pocket, but it's okay.
Yeah, we'll
I
get
choices. We'll get to decision.
we'll get to what happens to Orta's in a minute. We're gonna talk about yours first.
Sorry, Orta.
The good old fashioned fuck around and find out.
Yeah, one at a time, because I this is
Don't feel bad. Just tell me what happens.
at that point on that third hit, it doesn't
Right,
just shatter, it flat out detonates.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling that was what's gonna happen.
And
Oh no.
I mean, this thing's. I told you guys what this thing does a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bad stuff.
There's an entire academy's worth of people's, I don't want to say soul, but, you know, energy that was sucked up by this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes boom with a lot of gusto, shall we say. I'm gonna need to roll some necrotic damage real quick. Orna, you feel a snap in your pocket.
Uh-huh.
And the purple crystal you had in your pocket is snapped clean in half, but no detonation.
Oh, thank God. I'm okay with my stupid ideas killing my character. I don't want to kill anyone else's character.
Fair.
Yeah.
Two very different situations.
Okay.
Look, I told you she panicked.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
She had one goal when she panicked, which is to ensure they cannot get their hands on that soul saber.
Yeah, I hope. I just hope I roll low now. Give me a minute to grab my d10s.
No.
Let's just say my health is not very high. It's not gonna take much.
Let me roll my d10s.
I love the plural there. Always very
Yeah.
assuring.
Depending on how many he's rolling, it could just automatically, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the question, Rosa. Can he roll low enough?
I mean, it depends. What is your HP?
28.
Ah, yes. How did you know? 28 d10s.
It's not 28 d10s.
It's 27. You're right. My bad.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No,
It's fine.
I was nice. I only rolled.
Don't be
you
nice.
know-
Do what you need to do.
10.
No,
Do
not
what
even
you
10.
need to do. I already have a backup character. This is fine.
You might have to roll it. It's.
I already rolled it. I just have to finish it.
Well, it's.
I don't know. What'd you roll?
It's today, Junior.
Don't feel
I
bad.
I hate doing this shit. All right, well, yeah, that was a 64.
Oh yeah, no, that you just like triple killed her. There's nothing left. She splat along all the walls.
I only rolled
Double
7
sacrifice.
dice. I only rolled 7 dice.
Oh, only 7
Only.
d10. The
Yep.
average of
You
which
are high,
would end
damn.
up at 35.
I was gonna do triple. Okay.
Yeah, Rosa, destroyed.
No, but hear me out. I was gonna do, okay, 3 of that level 1 power that does 3d10. Drain Vitality or whatever.
You should have done it.
But that's exactly
Awesome.
what I did.
Okay, good.
Except instead of rolling 9, I rolled 7 because I said 9 might be a little bit on the OP side, and with my dice, they'll roll low. I don't think I rolled under a 7.
Fine. It was not meant to be. The dice decided.
I
7d10
don't like
would
doing this,
still-
but
It's
yeah.
okay.
7d10 would still average at 35.
Yeah, no, I rolled way above average. Like, this was not supposed to kill her, but dice just said,
It
you
was
know,
very
we are
good either
bloodthirsty
way.
right now.
It's my characters don't like to live. It's okay. Ask all my characters. I killed them at least once.
I mean, next time, please don't just start smashing away at the weapon that's clearly charged with hundreds of people's souls.
We don't know that
I
about
make
the
no
soul sabers. We can
promises,
only
okay?
infer.
I know.
And
That would be
Doc-
metagaming, thank you.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong. Anywho,
Does
Abby's seen firsthand what the soul saber does, and she's not letting anyone get their hands on it.
no, and what you did will most definitely destroy it.
Do we
Yeah,
hear
it was a good
anything from the
sacrifice.
cockpit?
Oh, you feel what's
Please
happening
hold
from that room in the cockpit. Like, this stuff goes through the walls. This is not...
The question is there enough
keeping-
left for you to tell what happened?
It's not keeping contained to the room. This is going through the walls. This is like...
What the heck?
You know, this is yeah, no, this is gonna hurt. And not just her. You guys are further from the detonation, but like this is going boom.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a couple more rolls. So, Mibble in the cockpit.
Yep.
There's less dice because you're further away, thankfully, but it's still 18 damage.
18. Okay.
Yeah, they're eating cubes, boring cubes. You guys.
Hey, you no longer have to mix up Navi and Davi now. They're both dead.
I hate you. That just hurts my soul, okay? I hate you right now. I actually liked
Shatter it.
Davi as a character, okay? She was one of my favorites. This
I
sucks.
like her too, but you know.
Sometimes you punch a bomb. I don't know what to tell you.
Who does that?
Someone who's desperate.
Desperation does things.
Yeah, I guess. I hate it, but yeah, I guess.
Ow!
Yeah, let's punch an HE weapon with Zoro. I'm with Zoro on that one, guys. I don't know about you. Yeah, so that's 18 for Mibble. Zoro, you... are taking... I'm tired, my brain. Like, this killed my brain. Just give me a minute. I gotta pull up the calculator.
Not only did you punch the crystal, you punched the DM.
You punched the DM.
Directly in the brain.
My job here is done. Thank you.
Oh, no.
At least someone's on my side. Rosa supports me.
Right. The DM, yeah, took 3d10 psychic damage right there.
It was a critical hit too, so it was actually 60-10.
Right. Yeah, Zuri is gonna have taken 28 damage. And Orta, you don't take any directly from yours cracking.
Huh? I mean, full disclosure, I'd probably be in the back alongside. I would probably be relatively near Davi.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a
That's
few
the
more.
issue, yeah.
You take a bit more of a hit than the rest of us, right?
Not when I'm rolling 8s and 9s.
Quit rolling those dice.
And that's an 8 and a 10.
Hit me with it.
That's a 58.
Yeah, that even gets me. It's not like double my HP or anything. I was at 42, but.
You're not insta-lethal, thankfully, but... Oh my god. Why? Let me take this incredibly ancient artifact, powerful artifact and smash it. What's the worst that can go wrong, she said.
Listen, it could have ended up in the hands of Sith that were going to use it to kill a lot more people.
You're not wrong. One life to, save many. You're not
One
wrong.
versus the many, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the hero's choice, right?
Yup.
We just died a hero instead of living long enough to become the villains. It's fine.
Yeah.
YOLO, as we kids say these days. Thank you.
In the cockpit, I look around to see if there's anybody nearby. I guess Zuri would probably be the closest, right?
Most probably, yes. She'd be the further away from the epicenter besides you.
I sort of turn to her, still trying to get the ship out of here, and I go, "What the heck was that?" And I guess Zuri just replies whatever.
One of the chance to go investigate.
Yeah.
I want to blow up and act like I don't know nobody.
Look, I knew the moment I decided this that there was a high probability it was going to explode on me, okay?
Davi was just going out with a hero sacrifice. I don't know what to tell you.
Clearly.
I mean, I was kind of hoping that I'd survive the blast, but... Look, Davi just wanted to see her sister again.
I don't know, she's seeing her sister again, that's for sure. Fuck.
Look, Dark Humor is how I cope. Leave me alone.
I don't like killing characters, Rosa. I absolutely hate killing characters.
Hey, no need to blow up so much, okay? Chill.
I mean, the
Oh,
character
I'm
probably
not
knew what
blowing
she was
up.
doing, too.
Exactly, too soon. I'm with Zoro on this one, man. Too soon.
I mean, fine.
Dark humor is my coping mechanism. Leave me
Oh,
alone.
there's nothing wrong with the dark humor. I'm laughing. I'm enjoying it. It's not bad. I don't like killing characters. I mean,
I know.
again, when it goes to that point, I will roll the dice and pray that I get shit dice. But today, no. Bloodthirsty, are we? Off to jail with you all.
Yeah, the dice have a short fuse, huh?
Oh,
I mean,
today?
have you seen some
They're
of
a
my
little
dice with my
explosive.
characters? It doesn't take much.
And we
I
didn't
don't like
we didn't even have brutal criticals turned on yet. Anyway,
thing.
yeah. Okay. Well, that being said, a few things are gonna happen when that thing detonates. Beyond you guys taking damage and some of you guys getting knocked out. From the
dying,
courtyard. Yeah. From the courtyard, you're going to hear a twisted, high-pitched, extremely angry screech. And a few things are gonna happen to the three figures that are, dressed in black outside. The one in the middle, the female one, the lithe one, is going to basically lash out in all directions with force lightning. Towards the ship, towards everybody around her. She's just throwing a good old-fashioned Sith temper tantrum, but, to the nth degree here. And she freaks out and goes absolutely insane and just detonates in force lightning. Like, she doesn't, her body doesn't blow up, but she's just like, imagine taking the bottle of champagne or beer or whatever, shaking it as hard as you can, and then popping the cork. And a good chunk of that gets shot at the ship. A good chunk of that gets shot at whoever's in the courtyard. The old man gets sent flying. The ship lurches as his control over the ship is completely disrupted by that. The big guy in armor gets sent to the ground, cracking the pavement as he hits it once more before he grunts, trying to get back to one knee. You can see him throwing his lightsaber at her after she shot the electricity everywhere. The old man's out cold. The whole situation just turned into a massive mess in the courtyard. At that particular moment, you see a bunch of light side, quote-unquote, lightsabers turning on as the courtyard's rushed, by Jedi who are taking advantage of the situation here to try to get the situation under control. Among them, you'll see, Master Garm run out, finally having made it there with three, white lightsabers turned on, floating around him as he jumps towards, the nearest of the three here, the big guy in armor, and starts fighting this guy. The whole place is just descending into pure chaos. And of course, at that particular moment, the, shield on the freaking temple decides to drop. Some of the shots are now hitting the temple. There's shards of rocks flying everywhere. The whole situation just became an absolute, complete, and utter mess. What do you guys do?
Well, if the guy let go of our ship,
Yes.
Bill is flying it out of here.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're punching the button to close the hatches and you're flying out of here?
Yep.
Cool. Can I get a death saving throw, by the way, from you, Hobo? And please do send it to me via DMs.
Of course.
I will just be goo on the wall.
Well, we'll get to
What happened to
describing
Tommy?
the
Oh, she's
insides
over
of that
there,
room in a
over
minute.
Over there.
Orta, as the ship is flying off and the hatches are closed, you like barely come back to consciousness as you manage to roll a nat 20 on the dice that hate you. I love it. You kind of wake up kind of brain fogged, dizzy. After that detonation, you feel, that crystal you had in your pocket just split in half. And when you look at it, oddly enough, it's still dim. Well, the two halves are still dim, glowing faintly. But yeah, you regain consciousness. You're very weak. You're feeling like this is the worst day of your life, as far as your physicality goes. Nibble, you're not looking too hot either, if my memory about your HP pool is correct. And
I have like 22 HP still left, so a little over half.
I mean, Orta's gonna go around and just sort of. He's gonna do checks on. Well, I don't need to worry about the new art project in the back of the ship.
No.
But Zuri will be getting a heal from Orta.
Yep.
For
The new art project in the back of the ship.
Once we are in space, Nibble is gonna go and check and see what the heck was going on.
Watch your step.
What
No.
do you mean?
Orta wouldn't say that in character.
So
Yeah, so
Yep.
For clarity, real quick, I healed Zuri for 10 HP, and
Okay.
once Mibble comes to the back, Orta will be like, "Don't worry about back here right now. Keep flying." As
What
he
happened?
does so, we can talk about it later. You need to focus on flying right now. He will cast heal on Mibble as well for 9 HP, and just a sprinkle of guidance. Give him that warm feeling,
So you've definitely helped stabilize and heal everybody aboard. I mean, nobody else was KO'd, but definitely hurting bad. So a couple of, points of HP here are not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself.
I also heal myself a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Nibble goes back to the controls.
I'm down to 7 now.
Ooh, I got a question. Was Brick on the ship still, or no? Was he left back at the?
Brick was on the ship. Fuck, let me roll.
God, we didn't kill
Fucking
both of the
Brick.
brothers, did we?
If
Look.
you killed Brick, I swear.
I'll cry.
Dobby's just
Don't
entering
mess
back to
with
his
me,
brother
bro.
again.
I'll cry.
Well, I rolled 4 1s in a row, so we're okay so far.
Oh, so you guys like him, just not me.
An 8 and a 9, and then the last one, a 6. No, Brick is alive. He is hurt. He's hurting bad, but Brick is alive.
12 plus 9 is 31 plus
Hey.
5, 36.
I managed not to kill anyone else.
Well, that's not gonna help Dobby.
Dobby knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading
On some
Zora's
level,
message.
she knew what she was
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, I have Spare the Dying too, but I don't think I have Spare the Dead.
How about spare the disintegrated?
Spare the dying. Hey, I have Spare the Dying too. Wait, I had.
You're dead to me. Wait.
Rosa, I'm the room now.
Rosa, F off. So
The Roomba
yeah.
would get to you know the videos of the Roombas that got into the dog mess on the floor? That's
Yep.
what the Roomba would do to this room.
So here's the thing, actually, no. Surprisingly, it's very clean.
Ooh.
When you guys get to the room, right? I mean, yes, all the furniture has been slapped against
Sorry.
the wall.
I
Yes,
breathed in
the
a little bit of coffee.
yes, the concussive force, has happened here. But now that she's unfortunately dead, I'm going to reveal a few things that happened to Davi and why there is no huge mess on the floor of entrails and blood and whatnot. Davi, you made a couple of questionable decisions at the start of the campaign, right?
Yeah.
Which had you pretty far down the dark side track.
Yeah, until the last episode.
Correct, where you pulled a certain card out of the deck of many things that we did not reveal its full effects to everybody else.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
Do you want to tell everybody what that effect did?
I'll let you do it.
It reversed her force alignment. So she went pretty far up into the light side of the tree as a result. High enough, actually, that when this thing detonated and took her life, her body just turned into the force. It disintegrated into the force like it did for some of the masters like Yoda and whatnot. All you find left of Davi on the floor are basically her clothing and her lightsabers. There is, yeah, it Obi-Wan, exactly. There is no body or entrails on the floor, as she has become one with the Force.
Wow.
With this ultimate act of sacrifice, of self-sacrifice.
Damn.
Hobo, why? Why you gotta ruin it like that? Stop! I'm trying to have a moment here. This man in the chat. Anyway, so all that to say, yes, at this point, you have effectively, with this one act of sacrifice, become one with the Force. As the ship zips up towards the stratosphere, you see the lights, of the Jedi Temple and the fires of the Jedi Temple as this whole battle is going on back on the planet. But after what just happened, none of you really have a stomach to necessarily go right back to it, unless you do, in which case you want to keep effing around. The courtyard's right back down there. But that being said, yeah, Davi's gone. Flat out, one with the Force gone. You know what? Maybe there's going to be a Force ghost of her later at some point or at another, but...
It's a beautiful moment.
Yep.
Too bad I was unconscious to see it.
Yep. And yeah, there is no more Davi. You guys see like a little crater and scorch marks on the desk, the metal table that you slammed and broke the soul saber. The two cut halves of the hilt are like at opposite ends of the room, where they got projected when the crystal went nuts. There's a scorch mark where, the blade kind of directed at a weird angle and scorched the table where it almost took out your leg. But yeah, I mean, that's the state of the room that, you walk into here, Orta. Is Orta's brain broken?
I mean, yeah, we're just a little sad.
No, but I mean you, because I'm like, I was just waiting for a reaction. Didn't know if your connection was breaking.
I mean, yeah, Orta will just sort of gather Davi's things and sort of... I don't know. Orta doesn't know what to do. Like, the last loss that he dealt with, he had to run from. He doesn't know how to, like, process this.
Once we have the ship in a stable space, Mibble will try again to see what kind of damage happened. And if he sees Orta, he asks, "What the heck happened now?"
Gross. I can't. Okay.
Davi. Davi wanted to make sure they did not get the soul saber.
Okay, looks around, does not see her. Where is she?
She's one with the Force now.
What?
He took out the Soul Saber for good. And not for the force of good, but as in permanently. Leaving behind the material realm. And joining the previous masters that have existed before us.
So Mibble sort of goes dumbfounded as he tries to understand what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah,
After
no,
a few-
looking around the room, there is no trace of her.
After a few moments, he'll leave the room, and I guess he'll just sit in the cockpit for the time being.
Okay. Orta, do you do anything else?
Orta... I mean, I guess he just sort of give whatever proper prayer he could for Davi would be. Kinda
Okay.
honor the passing.
He has a little solemn moment for her, yeah.
Yeah, basically. Not really
Okay.
much else he can think of to do.
Okay. As you're doing that, back in the cockpit, Mibble, you'll notice that the comlink image is blinking regularly.
He just like robotically just pushes the button.
You hear a familiar voice through the comlink. It's Garm.
He says nothing at the moment.
And you know, it's Garm's voice, and he says, "Mibble, are you guys aboard the ship?"
Yeah.
Good. We've got the situation on the ground under control.
Well,
Two of the
I
three got away, but it seems that after her little temper tantrum, Alya's passed out, and we managed to capture her and put her into custody.
I guess that's some good news.
Yep. Republic forces arrived in the sector quickly enough that they managed to chase the enemy warship away, and, well, we're just busy cleaning up a little bit and putting out some of the fires here, but,
Well,
in the end...
I hate to cut the celebration short.
What?
We lost Davi.
There's a long silence at the other end of the line.
I wasn't there. You're probably gonna have to ask Orta or something. But yeah, she's gone.
Again, there's a long, heavy silence at the end of the line, and he says, "Well, just get the ship back topside. I'll notify her master."
Roger. And hits the comm link again. Takes a moment before setting course back to the temple.
Okay. So, you land the ship in the middle of, you know, what's wrong? Zoro. Wait, was that Zoro or Gil or Tam who did this?
Wait, which
It
chat are
looked
we
like
looking at?
Zoro.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Look on the
just,
stream.
yeah, it's Zoro. Anyway, God damn it, Zoro. Anyway, me trying to have a solo member, every single member of the of the stream right now, breaking out the morbid humor. All right.
I need to censor Davided tilt. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw what Rosa wrote. Jesus,
Yeah.
I was trying to ignore it. Anyway,
Davida.
yeah. So the ship, yeah, Navi Davida, yeah, exactly. Anyway, the ship slowly, you know, sits back down in the middle of the messy courtyard. You know, there's debris everywhere. The temple is half busted up, but you know that can be fixed. A little bit of, you know, duct tape will do a good chunk of the job. You did nothing wrong, Rosa. I just saw your comment about the Davida thing earlier. That's all. But yes, all that to say, we saw the you know, you see the temple a little broken up here. There's the you know, Jedi that are kind of, along with the support staff, that are kind of milling about, kind of picking things up and moving things around, and you see, you know, Garm, who looks a little worse for wear. His clothing look a little more ripped than usual. He himself is kind of walking with a bit of a limp. You see he has a couple of score marks on his body, as clearly he was, you know, having quite the intense fight himself. You see, you know, Master Trask, you know, kind of limping, still somewhat hurt by the poisoning here, as he comes out. But he doesn't seem to have participated really in the fighting, as he was, you know, injured at that point and poisoned and so on and so forth. He would have probably come up if he had no other choice, but at this point, not really. And the mood should have been one of rejoicement, but clearly the news that Mibble, you know, gave Garm on the holo has spread throughout the little community here, as everybody's somewhat solemn and somber as they're kind of cleaning up and doing what they can while, you know, trying to keep their hands busy while they wait for the ship to land. When you guys, you know, next to Garm, completely, like, I won't say, you know, doused in bonds and whatnot, but, you know, sufficiently restrained, is one very small and very scared Alia, who's just looking at everybody else like terrified, like she's about to get killed.
Is she able to see? Because last time.
Yeah, her eyes got cut up.
True. Again, she's shaking her head right and left, looking, but yes, with empty eye sockets. That is correct. But yes, she's there looking very afraid. You know, and hearing like noises next to her and just kind of jolting and looking in that direction reflectively.
Mibble lands the ship and opens it up.
Yep.
Orta will carry out Davi's belongings that are left.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys will exit the ship. Zuri most probably along with you guys. She's gonna go and, you know, double check. You know, she like runs up to Garm, checks his injuries, runs up to her master, checks his injuries. Just making sure that they're okay. You know, Garm will nod at her with a sad smile. Her master is gonna kind of give her a, you know, tough love, like pat on the back type gesture. You'll see just all the people in the courtyard sort of kind of turn towards you as you kind of walk off the ship carrying those belongings, and kind of just group up, you know, reflexively And at that point, Garm's gonna kind of walk up to you, Orta, and you, Mibble. And he's gonna say, well,
I don't know the details, but I was trying to get the ship out of here. Next thing I know, something exploded. Went throughout the whole ship.
Davi,
Yeah.
not wanting the Sith to be able to get their hands on the Soul Saber, took the hilt of her lightsaber and took her lightsaber in general and broke open the housing to get at the crystal and destroyed the crystal herself.
oh. He kind of looks, how should I put it? He looks crestfallen upon hearing that information. And then kind of looks at Mibble, and then back to Orta and back to those belongings. And very solemnly, hobbles, injured as he is, towards Orta, extending his arms.
Orta, not sure what the gesture is about, will hand over Davi's belongings and be like, these should go somewhere that they would be taken care of or safe or whatever term fits in this situation.
He shakes his head and he says, well, I mean, it's all that's left of her. I'm sure we'll give her a proper Jedi funeral, yes.
That is the hope.
And yes, this will of course be safeguarded until then. He turns around and walks away, and you can overhear him mumbling here. And I'm trying to remember something really quickly. Just give me one sec. This is old Star Wars: The Old Republic lore, and I mean old, like 15 years ago old. So just give me a second.
As Davi is saying, or
Yep.
I guess her spirit,
Yes.
Navi has also never been given her burial yet.
Correct. I, the player, have not forgotten this. Just give me one second here.
So I guess they'll be done both at the same time.
Yeah.
Look, they did everything else together in life.
I mean, what's harder to get rid of than a twin?
Turns out not that hard. It happened a few episodes ago.
Stop.
Sorry, coping mechanism.
You're good. You're good. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember the name of that planet. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm having like the biggest
Ohio.
blank. No, it's not Tatooine. This is so the first night of the Old Republic, there was a Miraluka. And she's from a planet that was well, not a planet, because the Miraluka, their home planet, is unknown/destroyed. They've actually displaced themselves and formed a community on, I believe it was one of the moons of Cathar. And then Darth Nihilus shows up and basically drained the entire planet of life/force energy. And I'm trying to remember the name of that place that they came from, and it's been a long time. And you know it. I think it's from Visa's. Give me a minute. Yeah, Visas Mar, that's what's her name. And where did she come from? Give me 1 second. I'll get this out. It'll take 2 seconds. There we go. Qatar, that's the name of the place. There we go. So as he walks away, right? You're gonna hear him say, mumble under his breath, as he says, very sad, another one of the daughters of Qatar lost, the last few. And no, that doesn't mean that she came from Qatar. That's just his way of basically saying one of the last few Miralukas left. They're not an exactly overly populated species. They're fairly rare. And he himself being Miraluka, this is like one of the last few of my people dead. So for him, it hit him double. He lost a Padawan and one of the rare few members of his species, basically. But yeah, so he just kind of walks away, right, carrying her effects for now. And this, as far as he's concerned, anyway, he just kind of walks back into the temple, and that's kind of the last you guys see from him for a bit. Alia is kind of standing again, scared, between two more of the Jedi's. You recognize these guys as some of the masters that first, welcomed you when you guys got to the temple. And at this point, I'm gonna give you guys kind of the free reign here to react and interact with some of these people if you so choose, one at a time. Mibble, do you have anybody that your character wants to go talk to or interact with here?
I don't think so. I think after the day has been over, he just wants to rest.
Yeah, back to his room. Wonder if my stim calf is still hot. Okay, Orta.
I'd first like to check on Brick, make sure he's okay.
Okay. You find Brick crying on his knees in the room where Davi got, pasted.
Yeah.
Well, not pasted, force ghosted, really, but you know what I mean.
Put into another universal state.
Vaporized?
Giga blasted. Orta will sort of give Brick a pat on the back, casting heal on him as well. Just kind of everybody who was on the ship, he just gives a heal to.
He looks up at you, and you can see, he's crying. Hmm?
For 8 HP.
Thank you. Yeah, you can see his wounds kind of close a little bit, but he looks up at you, and he's crying, and he's like, how? Why?
It was the decision she found most sound.
So he slams his fist on the ground right near the crater where the detonation happened. Near the table on which the detonation happened, and he kind of looks at you and answers in typical simplistic, brick way. Well, it was a stupid decision.
She did what she thought she had to save us and everyone
It was
from
dumb.
whatever the dark side may have wanted to do.
Yeah, screw the dark side. Seriously, that's so dumb. And he's crying as he's saying that, kind of, You can see he doesn't quite understand why she had to do that. He doesn't understand the reasoning behind it. Yeah, she self-sacrificed. Cool, she shouldn't have. That's where his reasoning stops.
I get it.
He kind of gets up, clearly looking sad. Then as he's walking back towards his room, he kind of like looks over your shoulder, right? And he says, other than my brother, she's probably one of the only person who's ever showed me kindness. And he keeps kind of crying as he walks back towards his room and just slams the door behind him.
Poor Brick.
And notably, making sure to real quick, Orta is gonna head over to Zuri's master.
Okay, so you walk outside the ship, you go talk to Zuri's master.
I hand him my bag with the broken in half kyber crystal in it to hold on to.
Okay.
Do not be very careful. This was connected to whatever caused the explosion. Well, this was connected to the saber that caused the explosion.
Okay.
Do not let Alia near it, and keep it safe for me for the time being.
Okay.
And then he will give a bow to the master. And go see Alia.
Okay. So you walk up to Ollie, and like I said, you see her kind of shriveled up on herself, posture-wise. Her clothing looked like it's, 2 sizes too big. The hood that she was wearing's been, like, cut by a lightsaber strike or something, or disintegrated by the force lightning when she went berserk. She looks worse for wear, clearly.
Orta will, being out of force points for healing spells, is going to use the at-will spell Give Life, where he can roll one of his hit dice and to heal that creature that many hit points.
So, you go to heal her, right? And as you go to heal her, you hear Well, for lack of better term, you hear a detonation.
Where from?
The door of the ship.
I look towards the door of the ship.
I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
That is a 10.
You react, but unfortunately you react too late as you look up right at the door of the ship, then you see Brick armed with a sniper rifle. And as you look back, you see a blossoming red flower on Alia's chest. She falls to the ground and he drops the sniper. And mumbles something to the effect of, "That was for my brother. And for Navi. And for
Davi.
Davi." No, he said your sister first and then you. I know what I was saying this time, don't worry. For Navi and then for Davi. I knew what I was saying. And on that note, he spits on the ground in front of him and drops the sniper rifle and just sits as he gets, obviously bum rushed by the Jedi who quickly put him in chains as well. And she falls almost in slow motion as you're looking at her. On her back.
If Mibble hears that, he will do like a turnaround to see what the heck happened.
No, you just see people rushing Brick as he drops, like I said, the sniper rifle says that was for my brother and for Navi and for Davi as he spits on the ground and then gets jumped. And then if you look back, you see, Alia falling almost in slow motion onto her back with a fountain of red coming out of her chest.
I mean, spare the dying, give life, all of that, as much as I can.
Her chest is mangled. Whatever he shot her with, it wasn't a blaster bolt. This is one of the Brick brothers special. This thing was ramshackled, put together. You're not even sure it fired a bullet. You're not sure what the hell it fired until you probably pull that out of her chest, but her chest is mangled.
Mibble will immediately, after seeing Brick dragged away, go to take a look at that weapon.
Okay. Do you pull out the ammo or something, or open the ammo chamber and try to see what the hell this thing fired?
Yes.
Okay. This is not a regular sniper rifle of any kind that you've seen before. It seems to be... How to best describe this? It's big, and again, only one of the Brick brothers would probably have the brawn to carry one of these things. It feels like somebody took a railgun, miniaturized it, and had it fire random projectiles, and what he shot was serrated, clearly, because, again, her chest is mangled. As yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are things more dangerous than actual lasers. But yeah, it wasn't even a laser. This clearly shredded through her torso. You got a couple of seconds to do something before she goes.
I have 4 hit points of healing that I can give.
Okay. Anybody else got anything they want to throw in the pot here and see if maybe you guys can save her?
Come on, Davi. Oh, never mind.
You think Davi would
Zuri.
save her anyway?
Well,
Zuri.
considering the level of light side that you might have reached. Maybe.
Would Zuri help here, actually, Zoro? That's the question.
I'm not gonna lie, she actually... Well, I'm not talking to Zoro, I'm talking to me.
Mm,
To answer your question, if she might have. She might have.
hard to tell.
If you have any stim packs in the ship, Mibble will go and grab some.
Okay, you go grab the stim packs. Zoro said yes, so Zuri will throw every healing component book, whatever she has at her. Um,
I have three med packs as well.
so again, you guys all chuck everything you have at her, trying to save her, but basically you're just filling a gaping wound in her chest with, Bacta and whatnot, hoping to,
Healing
you know,
magic.
yeah, hoping to, mend what has been clearly shredded. She's spitting out blood, obviously, her heart's been hit, her lungs are probably damaged. She kind of looks at you, Orta. And it's that long, long look, right? That seems to stretch on forever, almost. And her eyes close. I need to make a couple of rolls here. Excuse me for a minute. Y'all making me do all the horrible things today, huh? This is
You're
the day
welcome.
we decide
You're the one
we're
who
screwing with the DM.
We are not Brick.
No, I know. But think about it. This guy lost his only friend, aka his brother, of all people, to this chick. Then she killed one of the only other people who ever showed him care's
Again.
sister, and then that very person who ever showed him care.
That was Davi and you, technically speaking.
Yes, I'm just saying, can you blame the guy who's not a Jedi,
I'm
has
not
not had
blam-
20 plus years
I'm
of...
not blaming him. I'm saying that we were not the ones who made him do that.
Oh, no, of course not.
No, it's okay. We hear what you're saying. This all circles back to Davi.
No, I'm
all
just saying,
Davi's
it,
fault,
it
that's what I'm
circles
saying.
back to
Because-
him not having
because-
25 years of Jedi education, telling him there is no, there is no bullshit, there is peace.
We're gonna double down on this because she wouldn't have killed Navi if Davi had given back the lightsaber.
I mean, literally, this entire campaign technically is Davi's fault. But anyway, moving on. That being said, jokes aside, at this point, long story short, right? Her eyes close. Can you do me real quick, Orta, a medicine check of some kind?
You know what? Episode 1 or 2, I got an auto crit success. And I was gonna use that auto crit success to try and save Alia in some way, shape, or form. I'm using it now.
Okay. You feel her in the Force and realize it's faint, but she's still alive. She did not die from this. The dice ended up liking you guys a little bit today. It was close, by the way. I did some death saving throws, and it was 3-2. It came down to that last roll, but she has indeed survived, if barely. She'll be immediately dragged back into the temple where there is a full, healing / surgery suit / whatever. They'll probably have her in a back-to tank before the day's out.
Neville just puts his palm to his head and just lets out the biggest sigh.
Yep, Brick's being hauled off basically to,
Jedi jail.
Jedi jail, if you want to call it that. Yep.
Neville will make it a point to go and see him at some point, but not right now. He needs to cool off.
Yeah, well, yeah, for Mibble, that's going to be the case. Orta, do you have anything you would have done or reacted to, when Brick shot Alia, beyond trying everything to save her?
He would get his pack back from believe his name is Krark. Is that right? Zoro's master, Zuri's master?
Trask. For Zuri's
Trask.
master. Yeah, what about him?
I gave him my pack
Yep.
to hold on to for the moment.
Yep. So you go back to get it?
I go back to get it, and I head to wherever I need to go to make a lightsaber.
Okay. You head back to the lightsaber making, the workbench, I guess you could say, at the Jedi Academy. And okay, so I'm assuming you're making a lightsaber?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you describe a little bit what kind of lightsaber you're making and how you're making it?
Well, it would have to be probably a smaller blade, for obvious reasons. Considering the crystal I was going to use has been split in two, it probably won't be a very good focus for larger blades. Maybe like you the split crystal could sort of make it inherently better at making the same sort of like the same sort of model, for lack of a better term, lightsaber as, oh gosh, what's his name? Like the one with like the little, like the hilt, the crossguard saber.
A little bit like Kylo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe the split in half crystal would be able to inherently sort of create that shape a little
Split
bit
the
more
beam a little
easily.
Okay.
And I'm trying to sort of make a saber out of that.
Okay.
And in that sort of shape.
Okay, give me a technology roll.
Mm-mm. I will give myself guidance.
Always.
Every time. Why do the dice hate me so much? 4. No, 6. Could be worse, could be better.
You try to put it together right now, but it's either your mind is not really into it or you're just burnt out from the day's events or whatnot, but like you're putting the thing together almost mechanically, and then you go to turn it on and it's not working, and you're like, oh crap, and then you have to readjust the things and it's not working, and you're like, ugh.
Gonna keep going throughout the entire night until it gets done.
Okay, give me a second roll.
Mm-hmm. 12 this time. Oh, wait. Yeah, 12.
It's better. You're like, slowly putting it together a little bit better here, but when you turn it on, the blade kind of screeches out at a weird angle, and the thing just shorts and fizzles. Clearly, it wasn't quite calibrated properly. Again.
12 again.
Same problem.
Yep.
Just into the other direction.
Yep. Keeping going.
Okay.
Like obsessive at this point.
Yeah, I understand. That's his way of coping. I get it.
Oh, this is better with guidance. It comes out to 22.
Okay, so finally, at about the wee hours in the morning here, you do manage to put it together. And you don't even need to turn it on to know that you've properly built it this time. It just feels right when you pick it up off the table. You will, however, for the next day be affected by 1 level of exhaustion, as you've literally spent the entire night, or the good chunk,
obsessively doing
exactly,
this,
of the night doing this. Exactly.
Okay. That's he's done what he's done.
Okay. Very good.
And he's just sort of like sitting at the workbench.
Mm-hmm.
It's sitting in front of him, and it's just sitting there until he falls asleep or something along those lines.
Okay, like in front of the...
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna need yeah, you're gonna go to sleep. Same with Mibble. Davi MIA for right now. Yeah, that's gonna be the night. Honestly, we're gonna be closing shortly. I'm just gonna kind of set up the next day and everything, and we're probably gonna close it here for tonight, and you know, go back to it as of 2 weeks from now. But before, like I said, we go too far off, the morning is going to come. You guys will all be, you know, asked to group up. You'll have one more day to do some stuff because we're basically waiting for Davi's master to come here from off-world to see his disciple off. And we'll probably go from there. Is there anything else you guys want to do for this particular day?
I think
Stuff you want to work on, read, keep yourselves busy with.
is this the next day over or like the day after the attack, right?
Yep.
Okay. Nibble is gonna eventually get up, get his coffee, but also get a second coffee, and see where they're holding Brick.
Okay. You see he's being held basically in the Jedi Temple's prison quarters, for lack of a better term, that are under the prison. And he's in an alcove basically that's being closed off by a force shield. There's one guard basically there, but let's be real, how the heck is this guy gonna get out from a force shield, you know? Like a force field. So he's basically in a prison cell. You can talk to him. The guard doesn't stop you from going to talk to him.
Is it alright if I give him a coffee?
He looks at you and says, "Sorry, shield stays up."
Do you want to give it to him then?
Again, as I said, the shield stays up.
Yeah. He'll walk over and sort of does gesture the coffee, but then also like sort of move his eyes over to the guard. Sorry, bud.
He's like sitting slumped on the ground, looking like, you know, with his knees like curled up kind of thing. And he barely acknowledges you when you say that. His eyes are kind of lost, looking at something that isn't there.
Middle sides and sits on the ground, right outside the cell. Look, I'm not gonna berate you or anything. We all know she deserved far worse for what she's done. There's no doubt about it. But still, I'm sure I could see what I could do to see if I can get you out of here sooner, okay?
The guy kind of shrugs, as if to say almost like, yeah, and where am I gonna go? The only people I cared about are all dead.
But you still got me as your boss.
He gives you like this like deep sigh and kind of just shrugs. You're correct, but like maybe not the time. This guy's like he's checked out mentally for now. You can see he hasn't slept a wink. He's got like dark, marks under his eyes.
Look, I'll still see what I can do. All right.
He
And
shrugged.
if anything, you're still welcome on my ship.
He shrugs.
He really does want to leave him the coffee, but
Yeah. Well, shield stays up
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. As you're like walking out, right? Unless there's anything else you want to tell him.
I think I told him all I can really do now.
Yeah, as you're walking out, you like half hear, it's almost a squeak. You're not even sure he actually said it, but you just hear like a thanks, boss.
He'll just nod and keep going.
We love that. We love them cliches. I eat that stuff all day. Bring on the cheese. All right.
After
Yeah,
that,
Orta.
he'll go back to his room
Yep.
and bury his nose in the book that he got about the building weaponry and such.
Okay. Yeah. Do me a couple of downtime. Do me the downtime roll for that then, and let me know what the total is.
Just a roll a d20, right?
Yep. That's I believe what we did the last time.
11.
Okay. I will add that to the total.
So what does that come to? Just because I'm also writing down stuff I'm learning.
You want me to pull your total?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that after because it's buried in my notes,
Okay.
and I don't want to distract for too long, but I'll pull it out for you in a bit. That being said, yeah. So Orta, you said here. Sorry, I'm just reading what you sent me real quick. Yeah. So you said you're gonna turn the lightsaber on at least once after building it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then after that, you were gonna go and.
If I do, I would probably visit Alia at least once,
Okay.
but leave the lightsaber behind just in case it does have an effect on her.
Okay. So you go to visit Alia. And when you do, she's floating with her torso completely like bandaged and everything, floating in a Vacta tank with the whole mouthpiece on and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes are closed and she's just floating there. Yep.
Huh.
I just thought of something.
Mm-hmm.
If Mibble does have the chance,
Mm-hmm.
he will want to see if he can get the kyber crystal that Davi did get back from the caves that we were at, the light blue one.
Oh yeah, the sky blue.
That one's in one of the lightsabers that was given to Master Garm.
No. She had a
I hadn't
separate.
put it in a safer lightsaber yet.
Oh, you had not? Oh, I thought you had emptied it and put it in the double-bladed one that you had...
No, I kept it out of there because I was going to give the casing of the double bladed to Zuri.
Right. Okay. So you...
And then I also kept the 2 corrupted crystals. Those are in my bag too because she wanted to meditate with them. But
Completely understood. So in that case, Mibble, you only have... yeah, all that stuff was given to Garm.
I will find Garm and see if I can get a hold of the crystal.
You go looking for Garm, and you can't really find him anywhere. After asking around, like, where his room is or whatever, you go knock on the door and there is no answer.
I will search for Garm for a little bit, and then if I can't find him, I'll go to study my book.
Alright, so yeah, you're gonna unfortunately go back to studying the book on that one. You'll have to probably deal with that later, unfortunately. He's...
All right.
just lost someone and is probably not super duper talkative right now.
Mhm.
Little thing about Miraluka culture again, real quick. They have this whole, because of the whole force sight thing where they see people through the force, they have this whole like one people, one family type mentality. So that's why they don't have family names, because for them the species is the family. Does that make sense? So there's no I mean, for Garm, it's like losing one of the few sisters he had left, if that makes sense. Or losing, like I said, one of the few relatives he had left. From a species standpoint. But yeah. So yeah, he's just not available right now, we'll put it that way. If you try his comm link, he doesn't answer, it just rings and nothing answers at the end of it.
If anything, I'll also leave him a text message.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no real answer. It's left on red, if that tells you anything. Okay. Orta, yeah, you said you went to visit her, right?
Yeah, and just
Yep.
sort of
No.
Mm-hmm.
kind of just see if he can like spot that cage that her consciousness was trapped in. Unlike that first.
It's gone. But you can tell clear up this is the shy girl you met in the temple all those days ago.
Huh.
There's not a trace of the crazy, psychotic, laughing, insane person that you saw before.
Right. He'll just sort of say to Alia. I mean, he'll just sit there for a little bit, and then once he feels, I guess, free to move, like feels okay with moving on with his day, he'll just sort of say, just get some rest, I'll visit you tomorrow, and see if he can't also find the where in the Jedi Temple people are laid to rest. If that is in this temple at all.
So, Jedi funeral typically, if doable, is usually cremation.
Okay.
They'll just burn the body and the lightsaber and the remains and whatnot.
Gotcha. Knowing that, then he.
Episode 1 Qui-Gon Jinn, for reference, among many other ways.
Mm.
When the body doesn't just force disintegrate. In this case, they'll probably just burn, again, her robes and her lightsaber as a symbolic gesture of some kind.
Yeah. He will then go back to the library and talk to the chief, try and get in touch with the chief librarian about his inquiry from the other day.
So, as you're walking out, we'll talk about the librarian thing next session, but as you're walking out right now, you know, you're not sure if you actually hear it. Well, hear it. Mentally hear it because, you know, telepathy and all that. Or if, you know, it's just a trick of your wishful thinking. But you could have sworn you heard a very, very soft, very exhausted thank you as you walk out of the room. And as the door shuts behind you, this is where we will end this session. And we will pick this up 2 weeks from now for some more Tales of the Outer Rim, aka TOTOR, for friends and family. Again, if you guys enjoy the content that we deliver, we do have plenty of other shows. We do have, you know, Destiny Forge on Mondays. Tuesdays, alternating weeks, we have Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim. That's the show you just listened to today. And on Thursdays, alternating, you have Tricorn Isles and Mass Effect Horizons. Then Saturday, we've got Withered Wastes and Wayward Wanderers, with the first Saturday of every month being our lore show, which is Behold Lore. And then we have, on the last Saturday, of course, of every month, the new superhero show that we run, a little bit of an X-Men vibe, called Would Be Heroes, that Rosian has been running off of the Kids on Broom / Kids on Bike system that we've modified. So, here you guys go. I hope you had a blast today. It was quite the roller coaster of a session for a short one like this, but yeah, rock and roll. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.